my actual, like, the channel that's under my pen name and not the one that's under my real name, which, like, I don't really care if people know what my real last name is, but, ooh, we got a lawnmower. Nice.
Yay!
Oh, I'm not trying to record voice lines.
Oof. Alright. I'm gonna send...
It is extremely loud.
Send this
It should
link
be gone
to
soon.
the places that links go.
Yeah.
Ooh, and suddenly everything gets real slow.
Hey.
I should probably be nice to my computer and like close some of these apps.
It's fair.
I don't need to have Photoshop open right now.
Let me share this in the Bullet Homestuck announcements channel. A thing I can absolutely do is one of the mods or the Blended Media server. What good is having moderator powers if not to abuse them?
Of course. Stick it in Studio June.
Yeah. I should also mute the stream now that I hear my voice feeding back. There we go. All right. I can also do the same thing for the Creators Guild.
Oh, but it's not Homestuck. Should you really do it for the Creators Guild?
No, you're right. You're right.
You could put it in the Creators Guild. Just
I'll share it. Yeah,
don't
not
put
in
it
the
in
announcements.
channel.
I will put that in art promos. I think would be appropriate. Not much summer left either. Like a couple of weeks, then it's technically fall.
Well, yeah, but summer ends when school starts, and school starts for me like
imminently
on Tuesday. So
yeah.
Though honestly, I don't have very many classes. I just have the one class outside of my department, and then I have a thesis meeting, thesis proposal lab on Friday.
Right.
I gotta write 2 songs for that.
I was going to say at least you're easing into things, but that's true. You have to write those 2 songs.
Yeah, well, at least I don't have anything else to do.
That's true.
All right, anywhere else I want to stick this?
I think you probably
should I put it in the dev server, the Friends of Two dev server?
You know what? Go for it. We have a promos channel. You can use the promos channel. I feel like you have more than earned the right to put stuff in the dev server.
All right, got that. Have we gotten any viewers? Hello, T-Man. Thank you for coming.
Hey there.
And let's stick this boy in Twitter.
Yeah. I will retweet that as well.
All right, and now.
Oh, yes, there it is. Tweety tweet. Tweet.
Last step, we are going to. I'm gonna do the thing. You know, the thing. Share your screen.
All right, let me see if I can. Ah, there we go. Yay!
Cool. All right, so I'm going to remove that. And we are live.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've been live, but yeah. Hello to all who are watching. I don't know how many people are watching. Actually, hold on one second. I'm going to bring up my, I'm going to bring up YouTube on my phone so I can see the chat while we play.
Excellent idea.
Looks like my channel is right there. Oh yay, the requisite ad. I'm very glad that I can put ads on these streams.
I mean, yeah, like you're doing the work as the performer.
Work, quote unquote.
Is work.
But yeah, thank you all so much for coming to our final Itch.io Indie Game Extravaganza of the summer. If my audio sounds not so great, that's because my... Oh, I can hear your voice on this. I'm gonna pause that so I don't hear feedback. Yeah, if my audio is a little questionable, that is because my recording mic is no longer attached to my computer. It is in the closet where I now record things, and I don't have a other mic to replace it with. But yes, today we are playing. We're playing 3 indie games. We are playing A Short Hike, which we're starting very soon. We are playing Your Future Self, and we are playing Cat Lateral Damage. As the other times that we did this stream, we're doing 45 minutes on each video game to sort of test it out, taste it a little bit, sample the flavors of the various games on Itch.io, and yeah, just have an overall good time. Stay around, chat, have some fun. And let me set my timer.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, timer set for 45 minutes, starting now.
Oh, yeah.
And Jonaya, you can see the screen, right?
I can see the screen.
Cool. I never get tired of this view. Claire, you're gonna have a great time here this summer. I think. It'll be good to get away from the city and take a break from everything else going on. Are you still awake?
Maybe.
Hold on a little longer. We're almost at the ferry.
I love this game's aesthetic.
This is really cute.
It really is.
What is this? So if you press space, you get that.
Okay. Options if you want to know what your controls are.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I played this with a gamepad, so.
Oh, this is controls. Keyboard. Move, Z jump.
Z, X, and C are the three
Okay, cool.
big ones you need to know. Yeah, it's very like kind of Zelda-ish exploration.
Oh, you can fly.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you all day. You been busy?
Kinda. Oh, not really. I've just been waiting around for a call.
Well, there's your problem. There's no reception out here.
Wait. What?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much no reception. You might be able to get some at Hawk Peak.
Oh, yeah, I guess. That's pretty far, isn't it?
It's not that far. We've all made the trek before. I figured you would have gone already.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to go. But I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Well, today's as good a day as any.
Mm,
Just take White Beach Trail and head north at the fork. Then follow the signs for Hawk Peak. No problem. Hawk Peak really is wonderful. You're gonna love it.
yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
It's quite a hike, sure. But our family has been going there for generations. The hot springs at the peak create these amazing updrafts. The feeling of flying up there is incredible.
But isn't it kind of dangerous?
Not really. It'll be no problem for you.
Mm,
Wait, you can fall off that cliff?
Yeah, you can like freely explore, and you get something. I don't remember what the item is, but you basically get items that make you more like.
Oops. So what kind of call are you waiting for?
oh, you know, the thing.
Hmm? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Don't worry about it, dear. I'm sure it'll all work out fine. I think. A nice hike will help you take your mind off it. What's
Like
the thing?
you get some item that like increases your like stamina or whatever. Like it's a whole like exploration and collection kind of thing.
Oh, that's so cool. You can just fucking fly.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's free exploration. It's really neat.
I see a cliff and water, and I think you die if you fall off of it.
I don't think you can die in the game actually.
That makes sense. This is like
Yeah.
cute. Claire! Did you know you can hold Z while running to glide through the air?
Of course. Everyone knows that. Why'd you ask?
I don't know. I just had a feeling you might want to know.
Okay.
Are you using your June voice?
Yeah, basically. I was thinking like I basically just did June Egbert.
Ooh! What happens if you go in the waterfall? You don't die.
I don't know if there is anything.
Hey, you! Find me 15 shells.
But why?
I want them.
Yeah, but why?
It's a secret.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
Keep both eyes out, please. How do you find shells?
They're just like around. I think. Oh, yeah, like there's I think a thing up there. Like your ability to climb. I don't remember how you fucking climb. Yeah, you can just like walk around.
Oh, I found a money.
Yeah. Love how the your frame rate is smooth, but like on my end it looks so janky. Like
no.
it's the stream. It's just the stream's fault
Is it
because it's
like that on
Discord.
YouTube too, or is it just Discord?
No, YouTube it's smooth. No, YouTube it's fine.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, that looks fine. I enjoy this overlay quite a lot. Also, hello, Jalen Casado. Thank you for showing up.
Hey there.
Can you pick up that stick? Yeah.
I do not know. Yes, you can.
What do I do with the stick? Ooh, can I
I don't remember. I think you can fish, but you need like a fishing rod for it, if I remember correctly. There's a whole like this game is really, really good. Like it has a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, you found a shell.
Yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of like areas to explore and like little secrets to find, and like it's just really, really cool. There's a motorboat you can take at one point.
Seems like it's such a cute, relaxing little game.
It really is. Like you can't die. It's just exploration. So like it's fun. Like there's challenges. Like you can't reach everywhere without the right like abilities, but you're never like you're never in like mortal peril. It's just about not being able to do the thing yet.
Mm-hmm. Ranger's cabin, White Coast Trail.
If I remember correctly, even if you try to go right up to Hawk Peak, like you can't make it right away. Like you have to actually find some stuff to like give you more stamina or whatever. I jump up to get it. Okay, I don't know what that was.
It was the money.
It was the money. Oh, okay. Nice.
Oh, this is making me want to go to like a little lake house or something.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. I really enjoyed this game. I played it and just basically like kind of played around for a while. You know, I think I did most of this stuff in the game. I think if you try to swim out too far, it just like loops you back around or whatever.
That makes
Tells
sense.
you can't go that far.
What's the thing that you need to call about?
I don't remember. I think it's like you're calling like your grandma or something like that. It's sweet. I remember that much, but I don't remember the details. Or your friend? I can't remember. It's really good.
Like part of me was like, oh, what if it's like sinister or whatever?
No, this is not
Oh,
is not that kind of game at all.
That's fun. I'm gonna hit everything I can.
It's a beautiful day and you're a horrible goose.
Well, I mean, that's what
That's
collateral damage is going to be for.
Right.
Hey, Claire. How's the day treating you?
Well, I'm just getting out of the house now.
Ah. It's one of those kinds of days?
Yeah. I've been kinda caught up in my head all morning.
Would you say that you feel lost and directionless?
Maybe?
Well, I've got just the thing for you. Take this. Ooh, a compass.
Hey. An item.
To use it, press space to open your inventory. Then select it from the items menu.
Oh, thanks. It should come in handy.
Happy hiking!
Nice.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, you can select different items. Select. There you go. So now you have the compass direction.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. There's a chest over there.
Oh.
Across. I think you can fly over. Yeah.
More money! I'm gonna be
Nice.
rich.
I think like very soon you're gonna get the climbing mechanic where you can climb like certain walls.
That'll make it
Like
easier. I keep
that's
falling off the platforms.
yeah, like it's not. I don't think it's any wall, but like certain areas, like you get you have like that stamina
Have I
thing.
talked to this guy yet?
Yeah, that's the one that gave you the compass. I don't know if he has other dialogue, but yeah.
Oh, another chest.
Yeah, nice. Money. Person.
Hey, dude. What's happening?
Oh, you know. Just jamming out on the beach. Building sandcastles and whatnot.
Sounds like a good time.
You know it. Do I want to borrow the shovel?
You do eventually need to borrow the shovel.
Can I borrow your shovel?
Sorry, bud. I need it for sandcastle construction.
Isn't it a little big for that?
Yeah, but that's just how shovels are.
You could get smaller ones. Ones made for sandcastles.
What? Sounds fake. But if you can show me one, I'd be glad to trade.
Okay, yeah, that's it. You gotta find like a little shovel because you do need it to like dig up shit. The shell. I don't know how you get it though. You might have to go. Oh no, you can just jump up there. Nice. I think those little holes are like you can dig in them.
Hawk Peak Trail, Wet Coast Trail. Sid Beach Visitor Center. I was planning on hiking to Hawk Peak, but the path suddenly got really steep.
You think it's climbable?
Well, it would be if I had a golden feather. Apparently they sell them at the visitor center. Well, I guess
Oh,
that's
that's
where we
right. You
go.
got to get a golden feather. Yeah. And then you collect more throughout the game. That's right. Like each one gives you a little bit more like climbing stamina.
Gotta get the money because I don't know how much they cost.
You gotta get the money. I think the visitor center sells a few of them, and then like you get more. You don't have your golden feather yet, so you can't climb at all.
Oh, not even like a kiddie structure.
Yeah, no.
Hey there. What are you up to today?
I'm hiking up to Hawk Peak.
That's a tough hike. You know, you'll need to learn rock climb to make it to the top. Why not join our rock climbing club?
Oh, is it just the two of you?
Hey! The Rock Climbers Association has hundreds of members spanning over 35 countries worldwide. Hundreds of members growing and refining the art of rock climbing, pushing the craft to its absolute limit and beyond.
I meant if it's just the two of you, like, here.
What of it? Listen, kid.
Climbing ain't for the weak of heart. Most people don't have what it takes.
It's not really that bad. So anyway, you want to join the Climbers Club? I guess that's how you learn how to climb?
Yeah, maybe. I think you still need a golden feather, but you can say sure.
Great. We've got our third member.
Not third, just another drop in the hundreds. Worldwide.
All right. Anyway, so first things first. You got a golden feather?
Oh, not yet.
Ah, you can't climb without one, but you can buy them at the visitor center. They should be pretty cheap. Come back when you bought one.
I was saying, I think the visitor center has like more than one that you can buy. Like you buy some, you find some various things throughout the game. I don't remember how many you get in total, but it's a decent number.
This forest is full of cash.
It is.
Howdy. How can I help you?
I heard you sell golden feathers here.
Ah, we do. You can buy one for 40 coins.
I'll take it.
Sure, here you go.
Nice.
Let me explain how they work. If you press Z while in midair, you can flap your wings for a double jump. But that's not all. To climb a wall, push against it and hold Z. The more golden feathers you have, the more you'll be able to climb and fly. Have fun out there.
Nice. You can climb stuff.
Yay. Wait, so does the golden feather get used up?
So it is like a stamina meter. So the more golden feathers you have, the more like basically it goes down, and then when you rest, it recharges again. But if you have more than one, you get to climb for longer before it runs out. I think the visitor center also sells like at least one more if you get another 40 coins or whatever. Or maybe I think you might jack the price up, but yeah, you can like explore and shit.
Hawk Peak Trail. Notice, Hawk Peak Trail is a strenuous hike. You might need golden feathers to complete it. Golden feathers are for sale at the visitor center. Well, let's give this a try.
Yeah. There's like a whole different. There's like there's a bunch of different environments that you can go in.
Oh, I think you need a second one.
Oh, okay.
Unless.
Yeah, there are places where you can get up by like taking alternate routes and stuff. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and that's where that little guy was.
Yeah.
Blackwood Trail, Hawk Peak Trail, Visitor Center, Wet Beach Trail.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Not really. I'm supposed to run a marathon race today, but I lost my lucky headband. I've worn it to every race I've ever run. I don't know if I could race without it.
Where'd you lose it?
Somewhere in Blackwood Forest. I think.
I could take a look for you.
Really? You do that for me?
Sure.
It's a red headband. I can give you a reward. I could give you a pair of running shoes.
Don't you need those yourself?
Well, I just got sponsored by this shoe company. They gave me like 10 pairs.
Oh. Congrats.
Oh, thanks. But, let me know if you see a red headband.
I think when you get the headband and like everything at some. Oh, nice. You can get the big shovel. I think you get like at one point, you trade it for the big shovel, and the big shovel is to dig up shit. Oh, hey, it's the headband.
Oh, weird question, but where'd you get that headband?
I don't know. I've had it for ages. Why?
Well, I was just talking to this rabbit. He said that she lost her headband somewhere in the forest.
Oh, you mean Sue?
Maybe? I didn't get her name. He was really worried about it, though. She said it was lucky and she needs it to race.
I'm supposed to race her later today. She's so talented, I've been really looking forward to it. What if I gave you mine? I'm pretty sure it's the same kind. Maybe she wouldn't notice?
Oh, But then it wouldn't be lucky.
Oh, I don't know. Just take it. See if she wants it.
Nice. You at one point you can race. I think the rabbit, like if you win the race, you get like you get like a golden feather or whatever.
Any luck finding my headband yet?
Oh, I found this.
That's not it. The sweat stains aren't in the right place.
No.
Where'd you find this?
Actually, the turtle gave it to me. He said you could have it. We're looking forward to the race and didn't want you to miss it.
What? Really? Taylor the turtle? They're like the regional champion. This headband's has to be like at least twice as lucky. Possibly even quadruple lucky.
Ah!
Okay, I'll take it. I'm so pumped. Take these running shoes.
Nice.
You can hold C to run with them. However, just keep in mind that running requires golden feathers.
Okay, so you can like run for a short burst.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole there's the forest and there's like a area by like a lakeside.
I gave it to her.
So she's back in the race?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm glad I could help. I love the music change for this. I know you can't hear the music, but I love the way the music changed for this part of the thing.
Yeah, I do remember that from when I played it.
Oh shit.
Just like
I fell.
there's then when you start to go up I don't know if you'll get to it today, but like you start to go up the peak, it gets like cold and shit, and you've got to like stop in the hot springs.
Oh, there's hot springs.
Yeah, it's really neat. There's a whole bunch of shit to explore.
Oh, hey, there's a new section
cool.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked to eat breakfast.
It's already the afternoon.
Tomorrow's breakfast, it's the best meal of the day. Sometimes when I'm about to go to bed, I get so excited by the thought of it that I have trouble sleeping.
Hey, a shell. Nice.
Do I still have my stick in my hand?
You have it in your inventory. Oh, you do? Okay, cool. Nice.
Smack the ball around then. I don't know why I get so much joy out of that. It has a very aesthetic, like, boom sound.
Yeah. Like the motorboat is so much fucking fun. Like when you get it, you just like I don't know, something about the way it controls is really, really satisfying.
Oh, it's that guy's fishing line. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought that that was an item I could grab, but I guess not.
Might give you the fishing line.
How's it going?
Good. The fish are biting today.
Oh, cool. So, fishing hard?
Nope. It's easy. I could show you if you'd like. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll lend you my spare rod.
Hey.
Casting your line's pretty easy. Just press X.
Nice.
So, what do I do now?
You wait.
Oh. Okay. Am I doing this right?
Yep.
Maybe I should cast it again? No. Find a better spot?
This spot is good. Saw some fish around here earlier. That's a good sign. Sometimes. You just gotta wait. Also, apologies to the audience for the ambulance sounds in the background.
Oh no.
Patience is key.
Not my strong suit.
Look alive. A fish is nibbling.
Did I pull it out?
Not yet. You gotta wait for it to bite. Now. Press X to yank it out.
What do I do now?
Pull back and tap X to reel it in. Interesting technique. I fucked up.
This was just an accident.
That's alright. Just give it another shot. And remember, once you hook the fish, pull back and X. Tap X to... What is pull back?
It's push in the opposite direction of the fish is pulling. So like the arrow key that's opposite to it, or combination of arrow keys. It's more intuitive with like a gamepad.
Well, I'm not going to keep fishing.
Yeah, no.
As much as a fishing minigame is classic, I don't feel like doing that. I wanna...
Yeah, no. There's lots of things to do with this game. I think I spent a few hours like figuring out where everything is. Oh, I love this part with the fucking power lines.
Whoa, shit!
Yeah, no, you're good.
I fell off the edge and didn't die.
Yeah, I love this section. It's really cool. A lot of neat stuff around here.
It's raining too.
Yeah, it's like different environments and things. It's really cool.
Oh, what are these pickaxes?
There's an old mine up here. You got a pickaxe.
They're mine now. They're mine now.
Nice. I think you can use them to like break open stuff. I don't remember. There's like shortcuts you can open up too. Like if you open up the other side of the mine, you can go through it as a shortcut.
Oh.
I think you use the pickaxe to break it, but I don't remember. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, there's a treasure chest that I won't be able to reach.
Yeah, there's like an old, I think there's an old cemetery up here. It's really
shit.
cool. Yeah.
Dead people.
Yeah, there it is.
We don't have any viewers, by the way. I think
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm the only viewer.
Oh, okay. I'm technically watching it too, but
Okay,
no.
then maybe we have two. The chat says we have one.
Yeah. Same difference. Oh well, it'll be available as a VOD. So.
If anyone wants to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's no longer raining in this cemetery.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the volleyball. I think there's like a mini game with that where you use the stick to like hit it back and forth. The pickaxe.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, bye, bitch. Oh, wait, there it is.
Just the animations and stuff are so smooth. It's so much fun.
It's super smooth, but it's still like a super cute pixely.
Yeah, there's actually I think there's an option menu where you can like change it to a slightly higher resolution style if that's your thing. Like that's how I played it. Like if you put it on the higher resolution mode, it kind of resembles Wind Waker, the old the Zelda game on the
Well,
GameCube.
now I want to see what that. Oh, Jalen Casado is still here. Thank you for sticking
Oh, nice.
around.
Hey.
What you think of this super cute game?
If you go to options and
Graphics.
graphics, yeah, there you go. So you have where's the pixel size? If you
Big
change it
crunchy,
to small,
medium rare, small and tasty, tiny and sharp.
like minimum is like Wind Waker smooth. It doesn't. I don't think it makes the game run slower.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a style preference.
Oh shit, that's real cute.
Yeah, it's a really cute game. I like it a lot. Art direction is just so strong.
Actually, I think I prefer the other one. The zooming around with the sharper resolution is kind of headache inducing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean play it however is comfortable for you. I like the higher resolution better because I like the chunky pixels are a little much for me, but like
Let's try small and tasty.
Yeah,
Medium.
You've got like, oh yeah, that's a good balance.
There we go.
Yeah.
A little smoother resolution, but it doesn't have that kind of zoomy feeling. I've never been a fan of like first person style games because they like Portal gave me some fucking headaches. I never finished Portal because it oh shit. I pressed the wrong thing.
Hey.
Oh, okay. How do I get on this log?
I think it goes up and to the right, so you gotta like walk along the log. This one definitely benefits from having a gamepad.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, having one is not the end of the world. There you go.
Dainty little walk.
Yeah. It's so fucking cute. I really enjoy it. It's a very relaxing game to play too.
Yeah. Oh shit, where am I? This is a nice little house.
This is a little farm. I don't remember what's over here. There's a bunch of stuff all around. It's pretty cool. But what actually happens as you go around is so the map is a big island with the peak at the center, but as you walk around, you're actually circling the map. So you can walk all the way around the map. Like it doesn't have a boundary. It's like a round level basically.
Like the only thing that's ooh, I really like this music here. It's so adventure-y. Ooh, treasure.
Hey, a chest.
A treasure
Ooh, we got a
map.
treasure map. Oh yeah, that's what you use the shovel for. There's like buried treasure that you can find. You need the big shovel to get the buried treasure.
Where's the...
It says
South
of the. Oh yeah, go ahead.
South of the stone tower, across the river bridge, a lonely seat sits crumbling upon the royal ridge. I don't know where those
Nice.
places are.
I don't remember.
And I'm gonna jump
In a
off this
minute.
cliff.
Yeah.
Wait, oh shit. Golden treasure. No, shit.
Oh, you almost got it.
Is it gonna be hard to get back up to that peak?
I don't remember.
Golden
That's
treasure
all
can
right.
wait.
There's lots of stuff to explore. I think that one has a golden feather in it. Ooh, you got money. Nice.
Got a man.
Shell over there too. Nice.
What do I get when I give that kid 15
I'm
shells?
pretty sure you get a golden feather for it. I don't remember for sure. There you go.
Oh, I can swim upstream.
Yeah. Apparently an almost absurdly strong swimmer. Oh, hey, I think you're back up at the top of the peak. Nice.
Oh, there's a dog.
Hey, it is.
Hey, yo. How's the hike treating you?
Oh, it's been nice. It's really beautiful here.
I know, right? The view from the top will be so good. You're going to Hawk Peak too. Oh wait, oh shit, that was you.
I don't worry about it. You're going to Hawk Peak too.
Oh no, that's too intense for me. I'm just going to Outlook Point. Will I see you there?
Maybe. Well, see you around.
The other thing I really like is the sense of scale where it's like you could see like the parts below you and everything. That's really cool. You're gonna need more than one. The treasure chest down there.
Oh, there's a treasure.
Hey.
Lots of money.
A whole bunch of money. You might have enough to buy another golden
Oh
feather
yeah, I
if
got
you end up back at the
58.
visitor center.
Oh,
I don't
there's
remember how
another
much the
treasure
next one
chest
is.
down there.
Oh, sweet. Ooh, more money. You're up above the forest now. Okay, cool. So this is where the runners are.
Oh, right.
like
I recognize
everything
this music.
Yeah, everything loops back around. Really neat.
What happens if I just let the current sweep me away?
I mean, I think it'll eventually take you to like the end of it. Hey.
Ooh, I just found one. Mine now.
Nice. Eh.
Come on. Perfect.
Hey. You can do more
I can double
climbing and
jump.
stuff. Yeah. Get a bunch by the end. I don't remember how many, but it's like a lot. Ooh. A chest.
More money.
Nice. Money.
Maybe this is how I can make enough money to make a living. Just go in the woods and find coins.
Yeah, you know, just find people's money that's been left out.
Where's
go
that
to
little-
Central Park and forage for money. Hey, there you go.
Howdy. What's up?
Am I a golden feather?
Sure, here you go. Can you buy another one? Oh, that's actually all the feathers we have. A boy came by earlier and bought most of our remaining stock. You'll have to find more elsewhere. Sorry. Also, we have a new
Yeah.
viewer. Hello, bite-sized Bebby. I don't think I've seen you around here. And yes, bird.
I like the fact that the fact that you're a bird actually matters with like the gliding and stuff. There's a golden feather up there.
Wait, where?
Over to the right.
That's not the right. I'm an idiot.
Oh, you're good. I do that sometimes too. I think if you go like, I don't know how you get up there. Maybe from the top there, you could like down from the part above. Yeah.
Where'd you see it?
It's directly to the down. It's directly down from where you are.
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hey. Oh. Nice. Yay.
Probably make it up that peak now.
Yeah, you might be able to. I don't remember what the minimum you need to be able to make it a hot peak is. Like you get to the parts where it's cold and it like freezes a couple of your feathers.
Oh.
You don't have access to all of them. But like, you know. I think I want to say like maybe 6 of them is enough to get up, or maybe you can do it with 4. I don't know. I just spent a lot of time like messing around, so I had a ton of them by the time I went up to the peak. Even when you get to the peak, like you get a little scene, and then you you get to just explore. So it's pretty cool. It is the way up, or at least it's a way up, I believe. No, maybe not. I don't fucking remember.
Hey.
Oh, there's Yell. Hey.
Oh, it's the mouth of the river.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Oh, and I guess I already got that money.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you can climb that section there. You might not have enough feathers.
It seems like there's another trail down there.
Yeah, you can get on the trail and go up to the other side, I think. Yeah, that's the way.
Oh.
Hey. Oh, cool.
Oh, nice. This is the whole area.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a really, really cute game. Nice.
I wish I could stream the music.
I know. It's really good. I unfortunately Mac and audio. Or Streamlabs specifically, and Mac and audio.
Well, all streaming Oh, another show.
Well, all streaming platforms.
Yep.
It's weird. Or why?
It's because Macs are stupid, yet I am beholden to their whims.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same guy. Hey yo, I was just up at Outlook Point. I didn't see you there though.
Oops.
You gotta check it out though. The view is fantastic. I'm planning on making a few rounds. Gotta get that exercise in.
Didn't actually promise I would meet you there. Nice.
Oh shit. That's the 45 minutes.
Hey. Oh.
Well, why don't we celebrate that 45 minutes by opening this chest, and then...
Yeah. Hey, another golden feather. It saves all your progress when you quit out too, so if you want to come back to it later.
And quit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. It's Z for... There we go. All right, that was really nice. Thanks for recommending that one.
Yeah, it's a really fun game.
All right, let's put the image, the still image over, so no.
Yeah.
No secrets are shown. And up next, we have your future self.
Oh yeah, this one is fun.
You do not have permission to open the application your future self. Okay, so
Does that mean you can't?
preferences.
Oh, okay. That's annoying.
Well, that was a different message than the one for. I know I downloaded. Okay.
Is it not compatible?
I thought I specifically downloaded. No, it was the cat lateral damage one that I specifically downloaded. The 64-bit one. Why does this keep saying?
I don't know.
You don't have permission. I'm so confused. I hate that Mac doesn't want me to do things. Yeah. Alright, I guess we're skipping right to cat lateral damage then.
I guess we are.
This happened last time too.
That's annoying. Oh well. Cat lateral
you do
damage.
not have permission to open cat lateral 64-bit!
What the fuck? Shit. Why don't you have permission?
I hate this, and I don't know how to make things play. Aww.
Oh no. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can find like real quick what you could do. Have permission to open the application. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, Okay, so maybe no, that's file or folder. Shit. I'm looking to see if there's like information on how to fix it. I'm seeing a lot of programming stuff.
Oh, change permissions for file. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Permission settings. The bottom of the info window for file. In Finder. Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Oh, okay. That will do it.
Yes, many technical difficulties. Sorry for the sorry for the break in the games.
Yeah.
This is the danger of playing many different games that I haven't even looked at once before playing.
Yeah, right. It's a little frustrating. Okay. Huh. Where is it? Under applications?
I'm gonna try. Alright, yourself.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the package. That it installs it, right?
Yeah. You can change
It's under
permissions.
applications on the left.
It's not in applications. It's
Oh,
not
shit.
an application. It's
Oh, I see.
So it's permission settings determine who can view, etc., etc. You can change permission settings in the how do I get to the info? Oh, get info. Okay, cool. Sharing permissions.
Custom access.
Says I have read and write. Wait, why should I?
Work.
I'm gonna put read and write for everyone. And see if that changes it.
Yeah. Or future self.
You do not have permission to open the. What the fuck?
Maybe it's because it's in. I mean, is it installed somewhere? I don't know how Mac.
No, it didn't. It didn't install anything. It just unzipped the file, and then the file's right there.
Oh, okay. How do you get that? How did you get that menu for? Oh, never mind. It's so fucking weird.
Okay. Maybe this is what I have to do.
Mm.
I have to unlock it by typing in my password. What? Oh, forgot the exclamation. Okay. Then I'm gonna change all the permissions to read and write.
Yeah.
Now maybe cat lateral damage will work? No! I hate
Wait,
this!
what's the lock thing? Is it locked or unlocked?
I unlocked it and then locked it again.
Okay. Do you have to like unlock it and leave it unlocked? I don't know. It's weird. Huh.
Maybe there's a secret folder for the game that I haven't
Oh, maybe.
found. But when it unzipped, it just shows the package that is
Right. Right. Like, you should be able to make it fucking work. You have to like move it to a different folder than downloads. But I mean, the short hike worked fine. So.
Yeah, I mean, this happened with Mixolumia last time too.
Yeah.
This is so incredibly frustrating. You want to play a different game?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to play?
I don't know. What's another Itch.io game that you've been wanting to try out?
Let me see what I've got. Let's see here. I have a ton of them installed.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could like judge the original Friend Sim and talk about what we would do better. That could be an interesting.
We could do that. There's nothing stopping us from doing that.
You want to do that for the next hour
Let's
or so?
fucking do it.
That's on Steam. That's something I know I can open.
Yeah. Special episode.
Actually, I'm going to edit the YouTube description first.
Okay, I'm going to run and use the bathroom really fast while you do that.
Right,
I will be back in just a minute. Yeah.
I'm going to change it to the starting scene screen. While I do this, hello chat. How are you all doing tonight? Sorry for the technical difficulties. Max don't like to game. How do I change the thingy? It just takes me back to the. I've never changed the description in the middle of a stream before. So
all right, I'm back.
I'm not quite sure how to change the description in the middle of a stream.
I don't know. I don't stream to YouTube, so. That's a good question. I would think that would be a thing you can do, but apparently not. You can't just like click on it, can you? The description.
Don't think so.
Oh, never mind now. Yeah.
All right, let me open Steam.
Yeah.
So, do you want to just start? Should we start from the beginning, or should we like go like specific routes that we know need work?
What would you prefer to do?
I don't know. What do you? So this is gonna be in the context of two of us are major contributors to Friend Sim 2. And we're basically taking Friend Sim and making it much better.
I love how you're really soft selling the fact that we're the director and voice director for the game.
Yeah. It's our game.
It's our game. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could see value in doing it either way. you'll be able to get through like 4
4
or
of
5
them.
rounds.
Yeah, that's one thing that we're improving.
Yeah, they're very short. I know the reason why. That's like, that makes sense, but
So we could start at the beginning, but I don't really know if I want to play the first 2 routes.
I don't really love the
again.
first 2 routes, to be honest.
I think I have to re-download Friend Sim.
Oh yeah.
Looking at the list of games I have, I forgot I had downloaded I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking dating sim.
The fucking KFC game.
Me and Nora streamed it for a while. It was the funniest fucking thing we'd ever done.
Oh my god. Let's see. The only game that is on the list visible here that I don't have, other than the Colonel Sanders game, is Hades. I don't have Hades.
I played it a bit. I tried to stream it, but I realized I'm not good at streaming games that is just me, which is why I've had, people show up for the other things.
Yeah. Downloading it.
This might not be an itch.io game, but it is an indie game, technically.
It is an indie game.
Wet Pumpkin's not a big studio.
Really not.
Alright, it's taking its sweet fucking time. Yeah. I never played the Life is Strange sequel.
It's a good game. The problem I have with it is that it had like fucking non-union voice actors, because they basically had scabs working on the game, which kind of sucks.
Did they replace the VAs from the previous game?
Yeah, they did, at least for like a lot of the minor roles. Like that was the thing that sucked about it. Is it going so slowly?
Because I'm streaming to you and streaming to YouTube.
Oh yeah. That's annoying. Oh, there it goes. Oh, now it just like jumped up all of a sudden. That's weird. Normal. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty fast actually. It's 10 megabytes a second. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. It's I have some issues with how it presents stuff and how it ends. Kind of sucks, but like it's I thought it was worth playing. I really like the first one though. It was a good game.
I'm gonna add to the tweet that we are just gonna fuck around with Friend Sim.
We're improvising a little bit here.
Actually, now that I think about it, we better be able to make Friend Sim 2 compatible with my computer.
I think it is. Like, I think RenPy exports the correct.
I mean,
version
I've
of the
played
game.
RenPy games on this computer before, so it's fine.
Like, we're using one of the more. We're not using the latest version of RenPy because it breaks some of the fancier stuff that I've developed for Friend Sim 2 for some reason, and I don't feel like figuring it out. So I just used 7.4.6, which is not the most recent, but pretty close. Oh, hey, look at the bottom there. GoDaddy is cutting off that Texas Right to Life place is hosting.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Fuck yeah.
For violating their terms of service. Hell yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot you can see my whole fucking screen.
Can.
I should probably stick that in Discord. Or at least in the chats that, like, we know would like to see commentary on.
It's a good.
Should I stick that in Studio June too? Tell them that we're playing. They'd probably appreciate
Yeah,
that
go
there.
for it. Go for it. I feel like that's of direct relevance to what we're doing. We're all in the same servers, mutual servers list that's like a fucking mile long. Actually, while we're doing this, it's probably worth pointing out that like part of the point of Friendsim 2 was to make a game that feels like an actual like true sequel to the game. So like we are using the aesthetic sensibility of Friendsim. We're just like expanding on it greatly and updating
still
the
at
UI.
Only 57%. No,
it's a gigabyte.
It is.
It's
I
going.
only just deleted it from my laptop. It was taking up space. I deleted both Friendsim and Pester Quest. One, because I don't intend to replay Pester Quest.
Yeah, I don't
like
love
if I want
Pester
to,
Quest.
if I have the urge to re-experience a part of Pester Quest, I will watch my live dub.
That's fair. You might as well.
I'm going to remove this page so you can all see how the download process is going.
Slowly. Is it still going? Is it?
It's 57%.
It hasn't halted, has it?
Maybe. Should I pause it and unpause it? Will that
Pause
help?
and unpause it. Yeah, maybe that'll do it.
Well.
Oh boy. The beach ball of death.
I hate it.
It's too bad you can't like seamlessly switch to my computer because like I do have it installed, but I don't think
it's
that's
opening.
A thing. Oh, hey, it's going.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking why not? All right, cool. Switch it over.
Oh, right. I forgot that it's a little window.
You can make it full screen, can't you? If you go to options.
Or click that button.
Click that button. Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right.
All right, let's do this.
Which one are we gonna do?
Who are we going to judge?
Should
probably be one of the characters one of us voice.
Yeah,
that'll
that sounds
make that
reasonable.
Easier.
We can do one person doing narration and the other person doing the voice. So would you like to do a route that's like we think is good and is like something to aspire to or to expand on, or something we think has weaknesses?
I want to do one that we think has weaknesses.
I think we should do that as well. Okay, so what have we got?
Why don't we do Linera?
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
We can do some. We can talk about how presenting Linera in a more kind light.
Yeah, that's relevant to some stuff we're working on.
Let's do Linera.
Okay.
Another light Another long, long walk. Despite the blisters, you've started to feel truly optimistic. You've got a lot going for you these days. True, you're still technically a castaway on a hostile planet with absolutely no hope of rescue. But if you're completely honest, Earth was pretty shitty too. Sure, 98% of everyone here is a psychopath who'd rip your face off as soon as look at you. Come on. You didn't proofread your thing?
I mean, no.
Yeah, I guess we should probably know that by now. But it's the other 2% that are really going to make it all worth it. We're going to do Linera. Linera's one that I don't think I ever streamed.
Oh, okay.
When I did it with Chrissy, I started with Malik, because when we did this volume, I think we did Linera first, and then Malik.
Oh, okay.
And when we did Malik, that was when I was like, hey, you know, it'd be fun, we should stream this. And then we streamed the rest of it. But everything before Malik, I've never streamed. And I didn't stream Linera. But I did stream with another person who had never experienced Friend Sim, and I wanted to show them Friend Sim. We played Tizius, and we played Folly Coop. I wanted to disturb her, so I insisted we do Folly Coop. And that friend, actually, she'd seen Time's Apprentice live. So when she was playing the Tizius route, she was like, this sounds familiar. This sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
I see where you got your inspiration, but that's wrong. They stole Teresa
the other
from
way
me.
around.
You've had such good luck making friends lately that you feel almost popular, but at the same time you feel a strange sense of loneliness that new friendship doesn't seem to penetrate. Maybe being the only one of your species light years away from home is starting to catch up with you, or maybe you're starting to understand why popular kids in movies sometimes seem so sad. A number of trolls now like you, but do any of them truly know you? What you wouldn't give to hang out with someone who you have a real history with, someone with whom you don't have to do the introductory dance of, yes, I'm clearly an alien, no, I don't know what's going on. Someone with whom you could reminisce about old times, someone who you've hung out with more than once. Right now, you're on the outskirts of town, and the rocky outcrops surrounding you are familiar. You're pretty sure that the entrance to the brooding caverns is around here somewhere. Your heart beats a little faster. Bronya lives close to here, and talk about history. You two know each other deeply, from hanging out once and then seeing her again in her ex-mate's hive. Plus, you have a phone now. You have the power to text first. You get out the phone Conil gave you. Look at you go, reading an alien language and operating alien technology just fine. Does it make sense that you learned how to read a new alphabet in weeks without anyone teaching you? You know what? So, recently, I mean, obviously Jonaya knows this, but recently I have had to copy a lot of Alternian text for reasons I can't talk about, and it's gotten to the point where I can recognize some of the letters.
Yeah. Your brain adapts really quickly to stuff.
Not really, but maybe your struggles with Spanish class in high school were just a fluke, and you've been a secret linguistic genius this whole time. I fucking sucked at languages, but I can still read too. Read Alternian, sort of.
I was always horrible at languages.
I studied French in high school. I was really bad at it. And then I studied German in college, and I was even worse at that.
I studied French in high school and was really bad at it, and studied Spanish in college and was really bad at it.
German was harder than French because I kept seeing, whenever I tried to construct German sentences in my mind, the French sentence structure, whatever part of my brain processed French turned on. So every time I tried to speak German, it was a weird portmanteau of German and French.
My mom at one point, and I think she still is, was fluent in German. She's pretty good at learning languages. It is not a heritable trait.
Bronya texts you back immediately, giving you directions for how to meet her in the caves. You head down, but before the Jade Blood Hive is in sight, a troll emerges from the shadows. At first you think it's Bronya, but you freeze midway when this new troll steps into the light. Bronya doesn't wear glasses, and she's never glared at you like that. Come on, click.
It's you. I remember you. You were down here a few weeks ago, bothering Branya and distracting her when we almost had a loose stampede.
Ouch. Is that really how Branyas described your adventures together? Also, hold on 1 second. I have to turn down this fucking music. It's
Oh
loud.
yeah, that's yeah,
As
because
much
no
as
one
I
could
love
hear it
Frostbite,
anyway. So
it's like blasting through my fucking ears.
yeah.
Ouch. Is that really how Branya has described your adventures together? Maybe it's silly for something that small to hurt your feelings when another recent friend nearly got you killed in Clown Church, but you like to think you and Branya formed a real connection. She never made you feel like you were bothering her.
Real connection? That why you think you can just come down here and text her?
Holy shit, is Linnera reading Branya's messages? Does Branya know she's been doing that? Also, did Linnera introduce herself? Why do you know her name?
No, she didn't, because they didn't bother to make two versions of the character, one with the question marks and one with the actual. Oh yeah, I don't fucking know. Yeah, it's mentioned in text too.
Welcome to Nitpick Central.
Yeah, welcome to proofreading routes.
That's none of your business. Branya and I are best friends. I'm just looking out for her. She has a lot of Jade Blood responsibilities and doesn't need anyone shifty coming in to disrupt her.
You have to wonder if Branya would agree with this statement made on her behalf, and you sure would like to see her in person and confirm for yourself. Oh, I keep clicking backwards.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Why don't you tell me, what is the nature of your relationship? Why should I allow you to hang out with her? As your text message so boldly suggested.
Bluffing has saved your ass in some bleak situations before, but you could also go on the offensive here. You're concerned about Branya's privacy now, and as her friend, maybe you shouldn't look the other way. Which one should we do?
I don't remember which one goes to the bad ending.
I think it's this one.
I think it's... Yeah, I think you're right.
You and Branya go way back. If Linnera is unfamiliar with your history, it might be because your friendship with Branya predates hers. And actually, part of why you texted her today was because your close friendship has recently been getting a little red, you could say. Branya needed someone to step in and fill the hole in her blood pusher left by Elward, after all.
Why would you make these claims? And this far is a dumbass.
Considering the changing nature of your relationship, Branya has been even more protective of you than usual lately. Linnera doesn't seem impressed by your astute cultural knowledge, nor does she look intimidated. Her glasses reflect opaque in the murky cavern light as she takes a step closer. Her claws, you've just noticed, are very sharp.
Anya is very protective of those she pities. You've got that much right. If you're telling the truth. And I don't know that you are. Maybe she would want to protect you. If she knew that you were here.
Oh fuck, you fucked up. If Linnera intercepted Branya's phone, then Branya has no idea you reached out, and you can be disposed of with none the wiser. Disposed of with none the wiser. Is that alright? That's not...
Technically, it's grammatically correct, but it's kind of awkward sounding.
Yeah.
Look what you made me do.
You had no idea someone in a skirt that long could move so fast. Rip. Rip, Miss Barr.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Up.
There you go. What right does Linnera have to creep on Branya's phone? You puff up with all the self-righteousness you can muster. The nature of your relationship with Branya is between you and Branya, and you're not doing anything suspicious by wanting to see your friend. In fact, it seems a lot more suspicious that Linnera is trying to intercept anyone who messages Branya. What possible reason could she have to justify that?
Well, I never. As I said before, I am Branya's best friend. I take our relationship, I mean, my responsibilities as a friend, very seriously.
You press the issue, narrowing your eyes and crossing your arms over your chest. Her responsibilities as a friend, huh? Sounds kind of fishy.
she? Are you serious right now? Are you really coming down here making fish puns? Like some kind of sea dweller? It is so suspicious. Who knows what Branya decided to show you when you tricked her into trusting you? Not that we have anything to hide, but who knows? If you're at all associated with sea dwellers, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands, don't we?
You've heard of sea dwellers by now, but none of your friends have talked about them much. Mostly you've gathered that they dwell in the sea. You don't know why it would be extra bad for you to be one of them, but it's clear you need to backpedal. Before you can try and disown your choice of fish-related phrasing, Linnea advances on you.
Obviously, I can't let you talk to Branya now. You are way too suspicious. I think you and I should have a private conversation instead.
At least your life is uneventful when you're unconscious. It's the quote-unquote murder dungeon.
Murder dungeon.
I never noticed that there are a bunch of books with different... Oh! I wonder if those books have to do with, like...
From blood casts or whatever?
Yeah, the books with different zodiac symbols. I wonder if that has ancestral history in it.
Oh, yeah.
When you come to, as you're sitting on a chair with your wrist tied, as your eyes adjust to the darkness, you realize that you're in a smaller cave than the big open caverns that led to the Jade Blood Hive. A light switches on, and you can see that the cave walls are lined with bookshelves, and there's a desk in the corner. There are books and notebooks and bulletin boards with what look like outlines and study guides pinned to them. And in front of you is Linnea, holding a knife.
Oh, good, you're awake. This is my study cave. In the Jade Blood Hive, it's harder to concentrate because people break the rules and I get irritated. So I come here to do homework. That's all. Just homework.
When you take a second look at the bulletin boards, you see that a lot of what Linnea has pinned up are pictures of Branya. That's actually really cute. The hand-drawn Branya pictures are kind of fucking adorable. There are a few pictures of Linnea and Branya together, but it's mostly just Branya by herself, and even a couple blurry photos of Branya and Elward.
What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here.
She brandishes the knife in your face, and okay, yeah, sure, now she and her gigantic knife have your full attention, and you are not looking at her creepy Branya shine anymore.
I brought you here because your messages to Branya were highly suspicious. I don't know you, and I don't trust you. You could be trying to see Branya for nefarious purposes. I brought you here to vet you. Now we can talk about what your real intentions are.
So, you're definitely going to die in this cave, held captive by an unhinged Jade Blood who was convinced of your guilt from the moment you dared to text her best friend. That kinda sucks. Oh, shit.
Oh, wait.
You tried so hard, you got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
Oh, come on. Stop playing the victim. If anyone is the victim here, it's me. I try so hard to be there for Branya as her best friend, but she doesn't even...
Linnea stops abruptly. You see her lower lip start to tremble before she turns her face away from you. The sharp tip of the knife pointed at your throat droops a bit. Its dejected swing takes it dangerously close to your navel, and you try to subtly lean backwards in your chair. Linnea interprets the noise of distress that escapes your mouth as a noise of sympathy.
So the stream is frozen for me, so I can't see.
Oh.
Oh, there it goes. Wait. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on, fucking stupid Discord.
It's fine now. Really, it's fine. Our friendship is great. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's fine, as long as she doesn't have any other friends.
Also, I just realized I never told my server that we're now playing Friend Sim.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Because I'm her best friend. I should be the only one she needs.
Linera's knife is now completely lowered, pointing at the floor. That gives you some hope. She seems to have forgotten about her Sea Dweller suspicions. Maybe if you can keep her talking about Branya, the whole stabbing notion can be taken off the table and she might even let you go. You rack your brain for all the knowledge of Alternian relationship dynamics that you've managed to compile during your time on this planet. Best friends. They have a special word for that, right? You tell Linera that you're sure Branya doesn't need anyone else. If she and Branya are Moirels, then Linera must be very special to her.
What? I never said we were Moirels. That's not even the quadrant that I want her in. I mean, never mind that. How dare you make assumptions?
Oh, hello, Knife Point again. Oh, shit. All you meant to say was you thought her relationship with Branya was probably fine. You figured they must be in a quadrant together because you're a clueless alien. You're bad.
I get why you would think that. It's probably so obvious that my feelings for her are very red.
Linera hangs her head and her shoulders shake. Tears roll down her cheeks, dripping onto her crisp shirt collar and the knot of her jade green tie.
I know I don't have a chance. She doesn't think of me that way. I'm her loyal friend and second in command. That's all I'll ever be to her, no matter what. And I try to do a really good job at being her best friend. Because what else can I do? If I'm her best friend, then at least I'm still in her life. At least I mean something to her.
Maybe it's the fact that Linera's knife hasn't come close to any of your major arteries for a hot minute, or maybe it's the tears. Either way, you feel sympathy encroaching on the monopoly that abject terror had previously maintained in your brain's economy. You've acted as a verbal sounding board or a sympathetic ear for some of your other troll friends while they dealt with crises of various kinds. Slipping into the role of therapist for someone who's holding you hostage at knife point is a new one for you. But unfortunately, it's not that much of a stretch. It seems like young trolls in Alternia have to deal with these heavy life issues by themselves, feeling so alone that they're willing to turn to any alien stranger to help them work things out. Then again, maybe life is that grim and isolating for human teenagers too, and you just never noticed before. Maybe everyone's too mired in their own shit to look up and realize that the movie's fecal matter is waist high for everyone around them too. You clear your throat and speak with as much consoling gentleness as you can muster while your head still throbs from where Linera knocked you out. It seems like trying to be Branya's best friend isn't making Linera very happy.
Of course it isn't making me happy. I can't keep her from having other friends no matter how hard I try. And she's amazing. So, of course, everyone wants to be her friend. Including you, apparently.
You barely had a chance to miss that knife before it's waving around again. Yikes. Your friendship with Branya is nothing like her relationship with Linera. You don't count as any kind of competition. Branya is one of many friends to you, and while you cherish and support her endeavors, you appreciate the joy and fulfillment that can come from many different friends instead of depending on a single person to meet all your emotional needs.
Sounds fake. Why would I ever want any friends besides Branya? She's my whole world.
Okay, but it seems like it's painful for Linera to be relying on Branya to be her whole world when Branya isn't doing the same in return. Has Linera ever talked to Branya about any of this?
No. Never. I'm terrified to tell her how I feel. Being her best friend feels awful. Losing her would be so much worse. I can't take that risk.
But if Linera never talks to Branya about her feelings, she'll always be unhappy because she wants more. Even if she thinks that it's unlikely that Branya feels the same way, maybe open communication with her friend could help Linera process her feelings and move on. You know that Linera has a big heart, a blood pusher, and many fine qualities, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck in this unhappy, unrequited relationship purgatory forever.
Ow. You really think I have fine qualities?
You try very hard not to think about the glint of that knife. Sure, Linnea has positive qualities. She seems loyal and well-organized and studious and caring. Some troll out there is going to want the same kind of closeness from her that Linnea is looking for, and she owes it to herself to take actions that could lead to happiness instead of being stuck in a sad situation forever.
I don't know. Maybe you're right, or maybe you're wrong. I don't want to move on, even if I know I should. I just want to be with Branya forever.
Linnea crumples to the ground, dropping the knife and sobbing into her hands. It's hard to watch someone in this much distress and not want to help them, but on the other hand, her misery has distracted her, and this might be your only chance to try to escape. Escape was the bad end, right?
I believe escape is the bad end, yes.
You look around to see if there's anything within reach that you could use to free your bound hands. On the desk a few feet away, you spot a spiral-bound notebook with a nasty-looking edge on its binding. You scoot your chair over, doing your best not to make any noise, but Linnea is too busy wailing to notice regardless. You get a hold of the notebook and saw through the rope on your wrists.
It was so hard to watch her and Elward together. Elward doesn't deserve her. She was so mean. I know she's a cerulean, but I swear if she shows her face in the caverns again, I will go straight for her primary spurt artery.
It's a good reminder that Linnea is dangerous. You saw faster and success! Your hands are now untied. Linnea's back is turned to you while she gets up from the floor, and you take a quick look at the notebook in your hands. It seems to be a carefully annotated and organized scrapbook/diary chronicling Linnea's friendship with Branya. On the one hand, it's a bit creepy in the context of how you're still held hostage by the person who made this, but on the other hand, it does pull at your heartstrings. But you keep a firm grip on those heartstrings, because you still got to get out of here. When Linnea turns back to face you, you leap from your chair, brandishing the scrapbook in front of you like a shield. If she comes any closer with that knife, you can destroy this scrapbook in an instant with your acidic spit. That's right. Your alien anatomy has destructive powers that can vaporize Linnea's precious Branya memories in seconds.
No, you can't. What are you doing? How dare you touch that book?
For a terrifying second, you think she might lunge at you, but then Linnea steps to the side, giving you a straight shot to the cave exit. As you scuttle your way toward freedom, you remember your phone. Linnea took it from you when she knocked you out, and you don't know how you could possibly get another one.
No way. I'm not giving you anything you might use to contact Branya. I won't have you messaging her behind my back and trying to replace me as her best friend.
It seems like nothing you said while you were tied up had any impact on her at all. Maybe forcing people at knife point to be your therapist doesn't result in quality therapy. You still feel bad for her, but it's time to break out the big guns. If Linnea doesn't return your phone, you will find another way to reach Branya and you'll tell her everything. Not only the lowdown on Linnea's stalking and kidnapping tendencies, but also the truth about how Linnea feels about her. Linnea gapes at you. Her eyes fill with tears again. She hands over your phone.
I can't believe how cold you are. I thought that maybe we were bonding, that maybe I could start to trust someone other than Branya. You don't mean a single word of all those things you said.
Linnea's face twists and contorts between rage and grief. When you make the phone scrapbook trade, she drops the knife in her other hand and clutches the scrapbook to her chest, like it's one of the wigglers in a jade blood nursery. You don't feel guilty for doing what you had to do to escape unharmed, but you can't help but wish that you had been able to actually help her.
It's clear to me now. Branya is the only friend I will ever have.
Bad end. Oh, shit, I shouldn't have clicked. Now I have to go
That's
all the way.
alright. You just fast forward through it.
We're going to attempt comfort. You remember what you did for Palipa when she was upset. Sitting in a chair with both hands tied behind you doesn't make for ideal shush-papping conditions, but maybe you can approximate the gesture? Linnea is huddled, crying on the floor, and you think you could maybe get close enough to lean your knee against her back or something. How Hopefully that would be interpreted in the same way as the classic palm-to-cheek move. You inch your chair closer to her, but you lose your balance and wobble and then topple forward. Linera's discarded knife is right there, sharp edge ready to plunge into your incoming soft body. But then Linera moves quickly and grabs your chair and saves your life.
Oh shit, that was a close one. You really could have died.
She stares at the knife with huge round eyes, clearly shaken up by your near-death experience just now. Considering how often you nearly die these days, you feel more blasé about it, but you're glad it's having an impact on her if it makes her rethink the whole kidnap and stab thing.
I'm so sorry. I don't want you to actually die. I saw what you were doing with the chair when you fell. You were trying for the traditional seated front in shushpap because I was upset. It was very kind of you to try and console me. I never really thought you were a sea dweller, you know. Maybe what I'm doing is wrong.
Linera sets her jaw with conviction, and with one slash cuts you free of your bonds. You get to your feet, stumbling a bit because your leg fell asleep. You can't believe you're getting out of this situation without any blood loss. You feel positively elated about this turn of events, but Linera still looks sad.
You're free to go. You must think the worst of me after all this.
Well, you're not gonna lie, this wasn't the best start to a friendship you've ever had, but horrifyingly enough, it also wasn't the worst. You feel for Linera, and you want to show her how a real friend-making aficionado gets out there and meets people. You think making new friends could help her feel less clingy about Branya.
Oh, you would really do that for me? I'm not so sure about new friends. You do seem to know what you're talking about.
You don't know where to go with Linera to teach her how to make new friends. She's probably a bit too uptight to enjoy the music clubs you've been to, and you don't think trolls studying in the book hive would take kindly to a lot of loud, friendly conversation. You decide to go to the cafe that Elward introduced you to. Thankfully, they're not having an excessive bodily force poetry night, since you're not sure that would be Linera's scene. There are a number of ceruleans here, but you also spot a few indigos and teals with a cluster of defiantly looking olive bloods with some yellows, all sitting together. The crowd is overall less pierced and undercutted than it was when you were here with Elward, and the vibe is laid back, with all the trolls just sitting around and quietly chatting. You order the drinks, already taking for granted your newly acquired skill in reading troll language. Linera is fidgeting when you sit down with her. Oh, shit.
This may come as a shock to you, but I don't get out of the caverns very much. I don't have time. There's so much to learn about jade blood life and troll reproduction. And Branya needs my help to maintain order.
Also, I apologize if you can only hear the fucking lawnmower outside.
I do hear a faint mooing.
Okay, it's not that loud. Cool.
It's not very often that I have to, interact with trolls of other blood colors.
You're not sure what's making her uncomfortable. The trolls around here that are lower than her on the emo spectrum or those that are higher. You've worked out by now that jades are right in the middle, so maybe Linera identifies with neither the haves nor the have-nots. From what you remember, neutrality is a big concept with jades. You assure Linera that it's natural to be a little nervous. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone when they make a new friend. If there's one thing you've learned as Alternia's resident friend-making expert, it's that terror and embarrassment are par for the course. But it's worth it in the end.
I'm not nervous or embarrassed. It's just, I don't know. Everyone seems disorganized and suspicious and untrustworthy and unknown.
You have to bite your lip to keep from laughing. It's not even funny. It's just that Linera is hissing all of her words and leaning in towards you and glaring at the rest of the room, and the overall effect is weirdly endearing. Like someone put a 1950s school uniform on a feral cat. Before you can try again to reassure her, a new troll ambles up to your table. She looks friendly. That's a friendly amble. She's wearing glasses and carrying a book bag and has a teal symbol on her chest. She might be a nerd like Linera. This could be a good new friend match.
Hi, guys. I think I've seen you around before. Do you also study at the book hive?
You open your mouth to invite this new friend to sit down, but before you can respond, Linera interjects.
It's not any of your business, is it? Why do you even want to know? Obviously, anyone who goes to the book hive to study goes there for peace and quiet. So why would you think that you can just bother us because you recognized us from there?
Okay, jeez. My bad, never mind. See you around never.
And just like that, a golden opportunity for friendship has gone up in a puff of smoke. What was Lanera thinking being so rude? Doesn't she want to learn how to make friends?
I changed my mind, okay? There's no way I could be friends with any of the people here. Don't know them like I know you.
You're surprised to hear that Lanera feels so positive about you when she was ready to stab you an hour ago. She takes your hand in both of her hands, squeezing your fingers tight.
I know we didn't get off to a great start. That's my fault, but I can make it up to you. Friends now, and we'll be friends forever. I will call anyone who even thinks about trying to fuck with you.
This is not quite the lesson you had hoped to teach her about making friends, but maybe with her fierce loyalty and possessive streak spread out between you and Branya, Lanera can be a little more low-key about being a friend to you both. The determined look in her eyes and the ominous glint of her glasses don't scream low-key, but change doesn't always happen overnight, and you believe in second chances. You believe that Lanera will be capable of healthy friendship someday.
I do like this end card a lot. It's one of my favorites.
So, as someone who enjoys writing Lanera and has written a lot of Lanera,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on her friend sim rap?
So I actually don't mind Lanera's route specifically. My problem is how she's like recharacterized in Lank's route, because she's presented in a very different way, and also the narrative like responds to her in a way that makes no sense given the ending. Like all of a sudden Miss Par's like, Lanera, fuck that bitch, which is like, what? You were friends with her, what the fuck? But like, I don't know. The biggest problem with the route that I have is like kind of what all of them have, which is that they're just really, really short, and they don't really give you a chance to dig into the character. And because they tend to have only one character, there's no interplay. Like you don't get to see how Lanera and Branya actually interact. I actually forgot Branya wasn't even in the route. I thought for some reason I thought Branya showed up. I don't fucking know why I thought that. It's like, okay, I get like what you're going for here, but also like it would be cool to see like other characters and how they react. And like, I know that's not what Friend Sim's really about, but like, it just feels like you're introducing a concept and you don't really like have the time to dig into it fully. I suppose is the biggest issue I have with this.
Yeah,
Your thoughts on it?
they're very, very short routes.
Hmm.
I mean, I haven't had any major qualms with this route. It's not
Right.
one of the bleedingly boring ones. We
It's
know
not.
that those
It's
exist.
yeah.
It was never
It's
super
fine.
memorable to me when I first
Hmm.
played it, though. Like,
Hmm.
there were those routes that were like, fucking hell, I love these things. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, this one was paired with Malik's, and I really liked Malik's route.
Yeah. I like
So
my thing is like, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just my only like qualms with Lanera's route has nothing to do with her characterization. It's more to do with she's just not super memorable compared to a lot of the
Right.
characters.
Right. Like I think this is true with a lot of all of the characters, honestly. But like one of the biggest weaknesses of Friend Sim as like a game, as a coherent experience, and not like a way of briefly introducing the characters, which is, that's basically what it was. But like, is the characters have dynamics between them, but you never get to see the interplay between them. And like, Lanera's route introduces all the, like, I have some minor quabbles with like specific portrayals of like certain things, which I won't get into because they get spoilery for a route that's not coming out for like a year, over a year. But like, other than that, like overall, I get the characterization. Like Lanera is a very obviously like neurodivergent coded character, like BPD or something adjacent to it, and like all that comes with, and like, she's sort of fixated on Branya and like develops relationships really, really fast. Which is those are all real things, and that's interesting to look at. But like, you never get to see how she responds to Branya, and then the only time you get to see her reacting to another character, it's to Lank, who like, okay, like that's not a dynamic you really get to see before. And also, again, it gets like super weird and mean to her for no goddamn reason. Like the narrative, not Lank. I mean, if Lank is mean to her, that's characterization thing. But like, I don't know, the brevity of the routes, and then like the fact that you're only dealing with one character always kind of like limited these. Like, how long did it take us to play that with voicing? Was it like 20 minutes?
I think it was around half an hour, maybe.
Half an hour, and that was with reading all the text out loud. So if you're playing it by yourself, I mean, this is like 15 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. I like Linnea a lot as a character, and like, I that kind of colors my perception of the route, because like I remember it a little better because I like Linnea, not because it was like super memorable. I actually forgot a bunch of details in the round. Like, I forgot Branya wasn't there. I forgot about the new friend bit at the end.
I did remember that. Yeah.
Like, there's no like follow up or anything like that, and it kind of sucks because like there's always these like tantalizing tidbits that you get, and it never like realizes them.
So many little possibilities. Okay.
Yeah.
Whom should we do now?
Oh, no.
Should we do another character one of us writes frequently kind of thing?
Maybe that might be a good call.
Good way to do some commentary.
Yeah.
I mean, we could tear apart something like the Lank route, or the Marvis route, or the like one of the like ones we don't like, but
could do that.
I don't know if we want to.
Yeah. The other thing we could do is pick one of the better routes and like explain how we would expand on it, because I think all of them have weaknesses in terms of like length and character involvement. So
want to play Daria's route?
Yeah, that's
let's do Daria's route, because that's one of those routes where like it hit a lot of the fucking like right notes. It had multiple cameos of different characters. It had someone disillusioned with Alternian society.
Yeah.
It was one of the longer ones.
It's a good route, and we can explain like how we're expanding on that. Do you want me to do narration on this?
Yeah, you do narration. I'll do Daria.
All right, cool.
Oh yes, this is it, fellas. Another night of laughter and camaraderie. Another night of joy and communion with some totally normal teens who would never... Just kidding, idiot. You are still on Alternia. You just know one of these miserable chucklefucks is around here somewhere, waiting for the exact right moment to inundate you with another disgusting dose of friendship. He's going to be the author of your destruction on this accursed evening.
What's a very weird narrative section? What?
Who wrote this one? Who writes the intros? Is that all Aisha, or is it like different? Like
I have no idea
writer
who wrote
from
the intros.
Because I know, so Daria was written by C.L. Kyle, and Nike was written by Trace.
Right.
Who wrote
I don't know who
weird
writes
bit?
the intros. No idea.
Your feet drag as you walk, every limb heavy and slow, and your thoughts are cloudy and dull. Your palm husk is filled with unanswered texts. You feel guilty about this. In the back of your mind, where real feelings live crammed together because the front of your mind is too busy being lethargic and numb. Being a bad friend goes against the core tenets of your beliefs,
but answering text just seems like too much effort. Not sure where this particular malaise came from. Just that the unusual friend-making animus that drives you is still there. It doesn't feel strong enough to overcome how tired you are of everything else. Can't quite remember how it felt to care that much about companionship and camaraderie.
Why is Miss Parr so depressed in this episode?
I don't know.
Like, it feels a
What's the
little out
previous
of
route?
character. The previous
Yeah.
route was Marvis.
Ugh.
Was Miss Parr depressed because he shat on stage and had to smell
Oh.
people's concert diapers? Is that why is that why Miss Parr is depressed?
Oh, God. In fact, right now you can't remember how it felt to care that about much of anything. Thoughts drift to fantasies of driving your car into the uninhabited Alternian desert until you run out of fuel. Perhaps letting the sun have its way with you. Could be part of that feeling that you've almost made all the friends there are to make, and that there's little left for you to do on this planet. It could be weeks of trauma catching up and sinking you into depression to protect you from thinking about it all.
There's someone in the chat who thinks your Linares sounds like a Karen.
Oh my God. Either way. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Which, it fits her characterization in the route, I think. Either way, it just feels like so much effort to do anything, and you'd sort of welcome oblivion if it showed up right now to offer its sweet embrace. The listless walking has taken you into a familiar neighborhood. The cerulean part of town. You smile as you reminisce sweet memories peeking through like beams of sunlight through the fog of your apathy. Not far from here is Malik's hive, with all of its hacking equipment and charming upper-middle-class atmosphere of entitlement and complacence mixed with vaguely socially aware concern. And though you've only seen pictures of it on Chitter, you know that Remilly's hipster art studio / hive is also in the neighborhood. And 1 block over is Ardata's place, which gave you your gruesome and troubling introduction to Alternian social mores. One taught you love, one taught you patience, one taught you pain, or something like that. The hive you're closest to is actually Elward's, and as you shamble closer, you realize that a lot of other trolls seem to be converging here too. Fishing out your palm husk, you see that the unread message from Elward is an invitation to a party at her place. Looking around you, you feel the flame of your old desire to meet and greet rekindling in your heart. There are plenty of trolls here you haven't met yet, plenty of opportunities for friendship. Now roaring fire in your belly feels a little artificial, like someone just injected you with friend-making hormones to flood out your regular human melancholy. But you're not going to complain because this is vastly preferable. As you're walking briskly towards Elward's hive, you spot a troll lurking in the shadows by Elward's back door. Curious, you approach, and when you get closer, you can spot the jade green in her outfit. Although there's not much of her blood color in comparison to what most of other trolls seem to sport, because she's mostly wearing black and spikes, and black spikes.
Ugh, it's you. Guess it makes sense you'd be her. You'd probably be friends with Elward, huh? Whatever.
Yeah, you're friends with Elward, but you didn't come here for the party. You're just in the neighborhood. You try to mimic Daria's disaffected slouch. How do you know her name? You just met her.
She didn't introduce herself at all.
Right. That was the second time.
Like, the thing is, from a perspective of writing the thing, like, as someone who has written fansim type routes,
Right.
like, you write the script in a separate document. You don't see that there's a little block that says Daria above it. They could have, the writer could have easily said, you try to mimic the goth troll's disaffected slouch. Like,
right,
she has not said her name, and there hasn't been a circumstance in which, like, I mean, I guess if in Linares' route or something, she'd been like, oh, Daria, etc., etc. Or did Wanchi mention Daria?
I don't. I mean, like, the way it's written, you don't know her.
Yeah,
Like, it's
but, like,
describing her as if you don't know who she is.
if she had been mentioned in another route, like, vaguely, they could have written, oh, this must be Daria.
Exactly.
You remember Wanchi mentioning her. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's like they didn't read each. Well, then again, I don't think she was mentioned before now. Like,
I don't think so either.
Proofreading.
Proofreading and editing and just, like, going over things and making sure that there's, like, consistency.
Yeah.
It's not hard, as you can just channel the you from about 60 seconds ago, who was very disaffected indeed. From the approving arch of Daria's eyebrow, you think you're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, parties are lame. Most parties are anyway. This one might be cool. Elward's pretty cool. I mean, she seems alright. I don't think she's that cool. I just think her hair and her clothes and her personality don't completely suck is all.
Gay.
Even in this version of the Friends and Trolls,
Yep.
Daria desperately wants to fuck Elward.
Yeah, really, really. You tactfully don't comment on the green blush to Daria's cheeks when she's talking about Elward, nor the way she keeps glancing at the door like she's hoping someone will invite her in. She's clearly trying to sneak into this party and doesn't have an invite.
Oh, fuck.
A branch snaps in the bushes. Daria startles and looks around, shiftily. You wonder if she's supposed to be out on her own this far from the caverns at all.
I'm not a baby like Wanchi. So what if I snuck out? The cloister rules are lame. Brunya's so lame. I can't believe Elward used to hang out with her, but I guess if she hadn't befriended Bronya, then I never would have met her. It's hard to meet non-Jade Bloods in the caverns. All the time you're underground with nothing but Linsey and grubs and the same stupid Jades every day. It sucks down there.
Aria's imitation grubhorn bracelets clink or clunk as she folds her arms over her chest. Her heavy makeup makes it look like her eyes are twin black holes where all sense of fun and caring about things might go to die. It's giving you a marked contrast from how Bronya talked about the caverns, with the peace and quiet and safety they offered compared to Alternia's surface. And other than that time Lanera nearly killed you in a cave, and that time you were nearly trampled by a rampaging Lucis, you remember liking the caverns.
You would think like that. Don't know why I thought you might be cool. You might be friends with Elward, but you're also friends with, Bronya and Lanera. They're the two most boring trolls on the planet.
You can't help but feel slightly defensive of your friends. Sure, Lanera is Lanera, but you wouldn't call her boring. And Bronya's very fond of rules, it's true. She can hang.
Ugh, whatever. This conversation is dumb. I don't care if you can't get me into the party, nothing matters anyway. Just make your stupid choice and get on with it. I think suggest she goes home is the wrong one. Let's do that.
The wrong one, yeah.
Thinking about the Jade Blood Caverns has got you really missing them. The quiet monotony, the cute little grubs, the dank air and darkness. You can't think of a better place to lie down and have a depression nap. Perhaps even a depression coma.
Okay, but that would be a nice depression nap. Imagine lying on a floor covered in babies. I want to lie on a floor covered in babies.
Little grubs.
So you straighten up out of your slouch and tell Daria that regardless of her opinion on Bronya and how cool or lame she is, those cloister rules probably exist for a reason, right? Maybe the two of you can both go back to the caverns together.
Ugh. Fine, be a goody two strut pot encasements. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch.
It really is. Like, sometimes the Alternian, like, lingo just absolutely breaks the flow.
Like, goody two shoes it's one word. Goody two shoes is one word. They ruined the word.
Right.
I'm gonna go somewhere where it's not so lame. Lame. So we're gonna party hard now.
Pretty hard.
What the hell? It's not your job to keep everyone in line, and it's not like you have a great understanding of why even the older Jade Bloods need to stay underground anyway. If Daria wants to sneak into parties and get into trouble, who are you to say no?
Daria expresses no pleasure at your decision to get her into the party. She just shrugs and rolls her eyes. You shrug and roll your eyes back. You can play the role of disaffected teen with the best of them. You take her around to the front door. Hey, you're looking forward to seeing Elwood again. When you met her, you didn't have nearly as many friends as you do now, and in retrospect, you know you came across as kind of sycophantic. Wouldn't it be great if you could introduce Elwood to the new, popular, and knowledgeable you? As you're walking up the steps, a huge shadow dwarfs yours. You look up to see Chahut, of all trolls, grinning above you.
Well, hey, little one. I remember you. And who's this new little one you got with you?
That switches her interest from you to Daria, grinning down at her. Daria isn't huge for a jade blood or anything, but she seems absurdly tiny with Chahut looming down at her like that. Her face remains impassive and bored, but she scuffs one of her big black boots on the ground and twists one of her spiky bracelets around on her wrist.
Cute. Don't see many little jades outside the caverns. I've always found the greenies fascinating. So devoted to the continuation of the species. What a holy mission.
That moves slow and lazily, like she has all the time in the world and no conceivable reason to rush, and reaches out to pat Daria's shoulder. She lets her hand linger, one claw resting against Daria's neck.
Ain't it a dangerous proposition to be so far away from your green brothers and sisters? Unless you're hiding something in those pretty veins.
A slimy chill runs down your spine. Daria seems frozen to the spot, staring straight ahead at Jod's bosom in front of her. You think Jod is joking, but it can be kind of hard to tell with clowns. Their humor is just so much more highbrow than everyone else's.
Just joking. This looks like a good party, even if Elwood is too blasphemous for my taste sometimes. See both of you little ones inside. Are you able to hear me, Noyes?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Then she ambles away, bending down to duck inside the door to the party. You hear party sounds, music and laughter and clinking drinks, and what could be the sound of somebody being murdered, which qualifies as party noise on this planet. Then the door swings shut again, and you and Daria look at each other. Daria's heavy makeup can make it hard to read her expression, but you can still tell that she's rattled.
You know what? It looks like this party's filled with lame conformers. All these highbloods that buy into the system and do what they're told, even Elward. We can find something better to do somewhere else.
Yeah, to hell with this party. You're down to find your own fun, especially if that means not putting Daria in the way of potentially murder-happy clowns. As you saunter away from the party, you realize that Daria is looking at you expectantly.
Well, you've got this reputation for being all unconventional and weird and rebellious. Everyone seems to think that you're, like, totally fucking with the conventions of society or whatever. So, you got any suggestions for cool shit to do?
Odd. You've sure felt a lot of pressure to be quirky since word is spread about your manic pixie dream alien ways. It's not like you're trying to be a vehicle for other characters to project onto, assisting in character growth and insight for those around you, while your impulse decisions and carefree ways somehow keep you yourself stagnant and forever unchanged. It just seems to sometimes be like that. Anyway, you're tired, and it's daunting to have a punk teen expecting you to come up with suggestions for cool stuff. You have a feeling she's just going to shoot down whatever you suggest. Rack your brain, trying to think of anywhere from your many adventures that Daria might like. The think pan comes up with zilch and squat. She's starting to look bored with you. Confessing that you can't think of anything is probably an option if you want Daria to be your friend. Wait, what? Okay. And as exhausted and disillusioned as you feel with your socialite routine, you like her and you want to bond.
Yeah, that's a sentence.
I don't know.
This one's the bad end, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's do that one. Tell Daria that you have no ideas for cool things to do because everything on this planet is lame. But she's from here. Doesn't she know of any non-lame places to go?
Ugh, I told you, I'm stuck underground all the time. It's not my fault that I'm literally sheltered and never get to do anything fun.
Oops. Maybe this was the wrong approach. She seems pissed at you, but then Daria sighs loudly and uncrosses her arms from her chest.
I do know one place is pretty alright, I guess. Better than here, anyway. It's far, though.
Not a problem. You've got wheels. You were walking around the neighborhood because, well, you felt lifeless and glum and your car needs alien fuel, which you've been reluctant to ask someone how to get because you don't want to be told that it runs on grub grease or something like that. Grease or something like that, another typo. Also, before you continue, the formatting on the boxes is like really sloppy. Like stuff isn't centered and the text size is variable sometimes, so it makes it look like really inconsistent. That's like
I
just
mean,
like
the text size being variable makes, I guess, sense to squish larger sentences in there.
You could just break them up into multiple sentences. Like, I don't know. I find it like it looks less consistent to do their variable sizing. The non-centered thing is just really like, yeah. But now you have purpose again, and you're more than willing to provide transportation in service of your new friendship goal. Take Daria to your car parked a few blocks away, and she directs you where to go. Drive through neighborhood after neighborhood, through the Yellowblood slums where you met Falkle and Kuprum, the busy urban sector where you had adventures with Tagora, and the austere indigo blood enclave where Gallic lives. Eventually, the buildings get sparse, and you think about how you were yearning to drive out into the barren landscape and not die, maybe, but stop. Just let it all end. Don't think Daria would take you all the way out here just for you to both meet sweet oblivion, but who knows? Trolls can be kind of hard to predict. Just when you think you've reached a point where there can't be any more city or suburbs left, a rubble of massive old buildings comes into view. It looks almost like a miniature version of the main Alternian city that you're used to, except it's all abandoned and mostly ruined. Nothing around here looks inhabitable.
Rumor has it that some of the trolls who lived here pissed off the Condis. So she called this whole town. That would have been way back in the day. It's ancient history now. If there were any survivors, I guess they'd be either dead or up in space. Anyway, all these old buildings are kind of sick. There's never anyone else here, and I'm into that.
You drive until she tells you to stop in front of a huge, crumbling building. And even though this thing is half gone, you can still tell it's a mall. It seems a bit different from the mall you visited with Palipa, even aside from the fact that it's totally dark and there's no one inside it. It seems more old-fashioned. A lot more like one of your familiar Earth malls. Every dystopian movie you've ever seen has taught you to be extremely wary of abandoned malls, and you feel pretty nervous as Daria takes you up to the rickety, frozen escalator. It's so dark that you can barely see your hand in front of your face. You're trying not to show your fear because you don't want to look like a wuss in front of Daria. You can't hold back a whimper when your foot lands on a step that makes a distinctive about-to-collapse noise.
Don't be scared. It's okay, I've climbed all over this place 1,000 times, and anything that isn't already disintegrated is sturdy enough. And there's no risk of culling out here, because, well, everyone's already been culled.
She's gentler towards you than you would have expected, given her cynical and spiky demeanor. You swallow your fear as you reach the top of the escalator and tell her that it's chill. You just have some horror movie associations. Daria turns and pats you stiffly on the arm. You would never tell her this? Her reassuring manner once she's noticed someone is in distress kind of reminds you of Branya.
It's worth it when you get to the cool part. Come on.
Shit continues to be dark for a while, though you see some light up ahead. As you get closer, the hall opens up into a food court, and you see that the light is moonlight shining through the mostly absent roof.
They really should have made a background of the food court.
They absolutely should have, yeah.
I forgot that there wasn't a separate one.
Yeah.
So much of Friendsim, like, image-wise, is in my imagination.
I know,
No
and
one
like
else
it's
knows what the food court looks like because they didn't draw it.
right. Like it's yeah. There's a bunch of cases where that's like there's a lot of asset reuse or just like limited assets, which I think is due to like time and budget constraints. But like just that one extra image would have meant a lot. And Daria was right. There's something extremely surreal and cool about a decrepit, empty food court with the roof caved in. Like, that would be a cool ass.
Yeah.
Rubble sits atop cafeteria tables, and plastic food trays are scattered on the floor. And okay, that might be the remains of a troll skeleton still wearing a mostly disintegrated fast food uniform, which is less cool and makes you remember that this place is abandoned because the contest sent drones here to murder everyone.
You want to know the weirdest thing about this mall? It seems like actual adults used to maybe work here. I've gone through a lot of the stores, and some of them are for adult-sized things. And there's a store for, like, shit the drones bring you now. There's army supplies for going off-world, too. If this mall was for adults, it must be really fucking ancient.
Jeez, has it really been that long since there were any adults on this planet? Even after all your time on Alternia, that still kind of freaks you out.
That's one thing that, like, is never fucking clear. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so the adults left right after the Summoners' Rebellion, meaning the
Right.
Summoner existed at the same time as modern malls.
Right.
So, like,
Sure.
how long did they, because, like, did they, I don't think they had modern technology in the Signless's era. But did they have modern technology in Mindfang's era?
I mean, they had like because Alternia has always struck me as being this kind of weird like fantasy tech setting from the Ancestor period, because you've got like psionic and like the starships and stuff, but also you have like fucking like swords and shit. So it's like it feels like this thing where maybe there was the technology, but like it was only accessible to like, you know, maybe the high bloods or like certain people, but also like I feel like this is just a case of writing just not being consistent. Where it's like, yeah, we wanted to make them all, whatever.
Yeah.
It's from the ancient times. Like,
I mean, this was something that I had to like figure. I mean, I didn't figure it out for Time's Apprentice, actually. I had to explain to people that I didn't know, because people were like, okay, Kieran and Rosa and those people are in a fucking like peasant village, but there are modern day law schools?
I feel like the best explanation is probably that it's like a heavily stratified society where you've got like, you know, the haves and the have-nots are like very different levels of like what they have available to them. Also, like, again, it's just not super consistent world building. Like, it's just not well established.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a reason why I kind of designed Redacted's Redacted to be in a sort of modern modern setting.
Yeah. I feel like
Even
we've
though
kind of
it's around the time of the Summoner.
That's okay. Like I feel like we've kind of like written around that pretty effectively in a way that, like, you know, a couple people might be like, wait a minute, that's not consistent, but like none of the official content is either. So
No.
Oh my god. What must that be like, to grow up entirely without adults, to live on a planet that's nothing but kids? Daria gives you a weird look.
Ugh. What would it even be like to have adults down here, too? That sounds way more dangerous and stupid. It's not like we're all wigglers. Trolls have to grow out of that mindset pretty fast. People have responsibilities or whatever, fuck. Or at least they pretend to. And there's training and stuff for Jades. We're basically trapped. Maybe you'd think that a planet of kids would mean you can do whatever you want, but I've never had any freedom. And I'll have even less as an adult. Cloistered Jades aren't even allowed to join the Imperial Army. Instead, we get shipped off to live in isolation. We're forbidden to contribute genetic material to the slurry, and no paling is allowed once we mature. For some, I don't know, bullshit old-fashioned reason that I pretty much don't understand at all. Need water. I always, my thought is always that, it's, the Jade Bloods are forced to atone for the Dolorosa's sins.
Oh, that's an interesting interpretation of it. Yeah.
Like the
That's
Dolorosa
pretty
is only known as a cautionary tale of a
right.
Yeah, this is what happens when Jade Bloods have freedom. They will take care of a child that they shouldn't take care of, and then shit will go down. And it's their fault that they're sold into slavery.
Oof, God.
On Alternia, your whole future is decided the second you're hatched. People tell me all the time that I have it lucky as a Jade Blood, but I don't feel lucky at all.
Oof, yeah. You agree with Daria that the future she's described sounds bleak as hell.
Right? It's gonna fucking suck. It's so shitty that I have it good. I mean, at least I don't have certain early death in my future, unlike a lot of low bloods. The system's so fucked up, and it's never gonna change, and I hate it here. I just want a way out of it. Maybe when you go back to your home planet, you could take me with you?
The request comes out of left field. For a few seconds, you just blink at her stupidly. Even with all that angry black makeup around her eyes, she just looks so sad. Sad and lost. I wish you had a different answer to give her, but you tell her that you can't take her back to your planet because you don't know how, when, or if you're ever going home. You've been trying not to contemplate the future because on the rare occasions that you do let yourself think about it, existential dread tends to take over.
Dread. Yeah, that's the word for it. The older I get, the more I realize how shitty things are. I try not to think about it, just like you. Oops. But it still hits home sometimes, and when it does, I don't feel like angry or rebellious. Instead, I feel completely fucking paralyzed.
This, too, is a familiar emotion to you. You feel for Daria, who has wandered over to the middle of the food court and is staring up through the cave-in at the moons. She has her arms wrapped around her middle, and the spiky jewelry and jagged haircut and big black boots don't do anything to make her look less small. You wish you knew what to say to make her feel better. You've done a decent job at cheering up dejected trolls in the past, but it's hard when you're feeling so crappy about your own situation. You mutter something about how things could still get better. You never know what the future holds, yada yada yada. She looks at you like she knows just how hollow your words are.
Ugh, you sound just like Branya. Next, are you going to tell me how important Jade Bloods are and what an honor all of this responsibility is? Give me a break. Optimism is for chumps and losers. Keeping grub safe doesn't matter. The continuation of our species doesn't matter. Nothing any of us do fucking matters.
Feel your blood getting hot to match the steel that's now in her voice. A sick part of you finds this train of thought a lot more viscerally satisfying than trying to cheer her up, which wasn't working anyway. You stamp your feet, and so does she.
I can't believe anyone bothers trying to carve a real life on this worthless shithole of a planet. There's no point, we might as well all be culled.
In the back of your mind, you know you should maybe be disagreeing with some of this, but you're too worked up to care. Maybe Daria's right. Maybe nothing matters.
Also, a runaway cobra says, I want to cry, Daria, no. Yeah.
He's going through a lot.
That's fucking right. Maybe I should just quit.
Falter in your righteous fury. Maybe quitting is going a bit far.
Maybe the high bloods that go around causing death and destruction just because they can have the right idea.
This is starting to not sound so great.
What doesn't sound great about it? Who cares if I decide I don't want to be a caretaker and instead I should just burn shit down for fun? There's no point to anything, so what does it matter? Who cares? Okay, so there's one thing about this sprite, that the only reason I notice it is because I've worked with this sprite before for Daria's punk band. Look at the lips.
They're got the like blue on them.
Yeah, that's because they're transparent.
Oh my god!
They didn't fill in the lips for this sprite, so I always have to fill them in retrospectively whenever I do anything for Daria's punk band.
Zebra sprite actually isn't properly pinned to the bottom of the screen, so there's actually a gap of a few pixels that is very visible. Yeah, there's a lot of like little inconsistencies.
You float.
Float. Daria's hands are balled into fists and her teeth are bared as she glares at you. You open your mouth, maybe to tell her that you care, even though that would probably sound trite. No words come out. She scoffs and turns away from you and jumps up on a crumbly-looking cafeteria table.
You know what? Fuck this. Friendship is as pointless as anything else.
She picks up one of the chairs, and you really need to stop being surprised at the strength of even the scrawniest-looking trolls, and hurls it at the nearest fast food stall. You thought it was just a random throw at first, but it appears that she was aiming with precision because it crashes into a tank of fuel connected to the oven. Not sure how Alternian cooking technology works, but the stall explodes into a huge green-tinged fireball that knocks you on your ass. Watch in horror from your ass-level vantage point as the flames lick into the restaurants on either side, explosions happening around the food court like dominoes. Daria stands on her table in the middle of it, unmoving, even as the fire threatens to envelop her.
This is probably the only place I actually like on this whole planet. So good riddance. If it's gone, one less thing to care about.
With all the dust and debris, this mall is coming down fast around you. You desperately want to get Daria out of here, but you desperately want to save yourself more. And Daria doesn't look like she wants to be saved.
The green is very obvious here. Or the
it really
transparency.
is.
Like, I always thought this sprite was like her like lipstick's falling off to reveal her green lips beneath, but one, that doesn't make any sense. They don't have green lips, and two,
right,
it's just fucking transparent. I've had to color those lips in way too many times.
Yep. You make a feeble attempt going over to her and trying to grab her around the waist to get her out of here, but she kicks you hard in the chest. Steel-toed combat boots send you flying, and it's once again 0 days since you last broke your ribs. As used to this pain as you are, it still takes you a second of lying on the floor in agony before you can push yourself up to look back at the food court. A wall of fire now separates you from the tables inside. You can't even see Daria anymore. Heart sinks. Maybe she'll come to her senses and pull herself up out of the danger and escape through the caved-in roof. Maybe she'll get out some other way. Stumble to your feet, half thinking that maybe you can find water or a fire extinguisher in some part of this mall that isn't burning up. But smoke chokes your lungs, and in your panic, your human survival instincts take over. Dash down the escalator as mall infrastructure starts to crumble around you, and you don't want to abandon Daria, but it's all you can do to get your own sorry self out of there alive.
Game over.
Oh.
Poor Daria.
Yeah.
They really need more than one song for this route specifically.
Oh my god. Like in general, that's...
As much as I love Daria's theme, I wrote lyrics to it. It doesn't fit for that exploding mall scene.
It really doesn't. And like the thing is that even like cutting the sound out or having like a backing of like ambient noise.
Yeah, they could have ripped some like fire sound from YouTube and it would have taken 3 minutes.
For a sound library, like for example, in Redacted Route, there's a part where some stuff happens and the music cuts out and it plays a fire sound over everything. Because yeah.
People who are watching this stream, you are getting some wonderful secret insights into Friendson 2 that you have to piece together because it's all redacted.
Yeah.
You're blinded in the dark. It's time we made a spark. Can't tell me right from wrong when it comes along with the Empire's trademark. You can't tell me. It just fucking sounds like the Darius punk band song. Come on.
Yeah. Thing that isn't canon, but should be.
Let me fucking do the thing.
Oh, you just gotta start again. All right. Because it limits the rollback to a certain number of whatever layers
this
or whatever.
This is one of the longer routes.
Yeah, it is.
Which isn't saying that much, seeing as it's still, considerably shorter than the 11,000 words I've written so far for my unfinished route.
Yep.
I still can't believe I've written 11,000 words. Like,
Yeah,
I never write
that's
11,000 words of anything. I mean, Time's Apprentice is a outlier, but that was
right.
18,000, and that was a 2-hour musical
Right.
that I spent 3 years writing. Well, 2 years
That is
writing.
incredible. Also, hi, Arrow.
Wait, is Arrow in...
Arrow has joined us in
Oh,
voice chat. Yeah.
hello. Wait, can't hear them.
I also cannot hear them.
Oh, oh, I forgot that. Oh no, the people saw my
Sorry.
screen.
Oh, no.
Ignore my Discord. Is Arrow going to join us for commentary?
No.
Do not know.
Oh.
Okay.
There you are. Alright, we're gonna wander the streets like hoodlums.
Under the streets like hoodlums. Here's the thing. Your weirdest and best adventures have happened to you and you've decided to be spontaneous and just let shit happen. Adventures and coolness are both hard things to plan.
So, what are you suggesting? That we just wander?
Derisive tone makes you hesitate, but, well, yes, that's exactly what you're suggesting. Daria gives you a long, considerate look. You hold your breath, and she shrugs.
Okay, whatever, sure. Not like I have anything better to do. Let's just go.
You meander through the well-maintained cerulean streets, heading downtown. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know your new potential friend, so you start by asking her some fairly simple questions.
Ugh. How am I? Gee, I don't know. I'm forbidden to leave the stupid caverns, and as a Jade Blood, all I have to look forward to is a life of being forbidden to do things. How do you think I am?
Okay, you try to walk that one back a little. It sounds like Daria's unsatisfied with the Jade Blood setup.
That's one way to put it. You could also say that I'm unsatisfied with, like, the whole setup of my species. You've been here for a while now. Don't tell me you haven't noticed that every part of our society is transparent bullshit.
Glance around, because Daria's right. You've been around for a while, and that means you know enough to know that if the wrong people overheard this kind of talk, you'd both get called on the spot. Everyone here seems distracted by their own nonsense. Cautiously, you concede that, yeah, you've noticed a certain bullshit aroma.
Yep, it all stinks. No one has any kind of real future except for the highest of the High Bloods. And actually, I've heard that things pretty much suck for them too. Some might say that Purple Bloods are the most disprivileged class of them all. God, why did you have to reference Marvis's round?
You're just going to continue to not... You're just going to continue to not comment on that one. Instead, you point out that being a Jade Blood, Daria has a purpose beyond just growing up to become fodder in the Imperial Army. Like you've heard other trolls mention. Surely that counts as a real future.
Ugh, don't get me started. Suffice to say, I'm not exactly hype about the purpose that I supposedly have. More like the purpose that was arbitrarily assigned to me. But it's not like I have a choice, and rebelling in any sort of way would put me in danger of culling. Life here is pretty much just hopeless.
Damn, you wish you had a good counter-argument. You want to give her some words of comfort, but what can you even say? Aria's right. Shit's grim.
At least you're honest. Thanks for not bullshitting me. You know, Lanera said you were good to talk to about real stuff. I guess she was right.
That's, surprised that Lanera's going around talking about you, saying positive things even. You're more surprised that Daria's bringing her up in a non-derisive context. You didn't know that Daria and Lanera were close.
Ugh, no, gross. I hate Lanera. And I'm not in a romantic way.
Huh?
Oh, really? Oh, really, Daria? Oh, really? Or, well... Anyway, never mind.
Daria looks embarrassed and flustered and also pissed at you. At least you've gotten the subject away from how hopeless everything is, but still, You don't want this friendship to sour. As you're scanning your useless brain for a tactful subject change, you're saved by the footsteps of a new troll approaching. And as luck would have it, you know this troll. It's Tizius, which makes sense because your meandering has taken you and Daria close to Tizius's favorite book hive.
Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? Never mind, I don't need to ask. You're obviously making friends with the street blood. Searching for some dumb shit to do, no doubt. Don't let me keep you.
Tizius just looks just as exhausted as you remember. You don't want her to go just yet, because it's been a while since you've seen her, and you're always eager for an opportunity to catch up with a friend, especially one of the less murderous ones. Then you notice Daria eyeing Tizius's mug of unidentifiable liquid, and an idea occurs to you. Unidentifiable, really? Like, it cannot be identified.
Hasn't it been confirmed to be water for like
Yes.
Yeah, it was
weeks?
water in Tizius's route. Did the author of Daria's route play Tizius's route?
Is why
She
you
has
need...
switched it to Gatorade. She needs electrolytes.
It is an unknowable liquid.
It's
It is
lighter fluid,
Monster
obviously.
It is Monster Energy G Fuel.
Oh my god, this is why you have to have your writers talk to each other. You get excited, bouncing a little in the balls of your feet as you introduce Tizius and Daria to each other. You explain to Tizius with a meaningful look that you hopes she'll interpret correctly that you and Daria were just conversing about the more unjust aspects of Alternian society and how hopeless everything seems to be.
What do you mean, the more unjust aspects? Does Alternian society have aspects that are not unjust? I'm sweeps into studying our legal system, and I haven't found any.
Daria makes a muffled sound that could be a laugh. You make your more meaningful look more meaningful. Doesn't Tizius remember that conversation she had with you about justice and the shitty system? The importance of possibly futile work to try to improve things someday? Kissing? Tizius squints at you, then takes a long slurp from her mug.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
You wave your hands around. Now we're talking. Tizius is one of the few friends you've made that seemed to not only notice that shit was fucked, but wanted to dedicate herself to unfucking the shit as much as she could. Of course, many of your dear friends try to make the world a little better in various clumsy, interpersonal, distinctly Alternian ways. You think of Chixie striving for her music, even when it pits her against Highbloods, the baffling but sweet ways that Connell and Asdaja and Gallic and Tagora care for each other, and Fozzer's commitment to political... Wait, what did you think of that guy? He's a total shill for the Condes. Anyway, Tizius has a big picture mentality and a cause that she believes in, and the simple fact that she hasn't yet completely given up is inspiring. Arya is struggling with feelings of despair, so... maybe Tizius could talk to her about the work she's been doing.
What? No, I'm not struggling. It's whatever. I don't even care.
Daria kicks at the ground sulkily. Tizius looks her over, her eyes lingering on the jade symbol on her shirt and her spiky black jewelry, then sighs.
Sure you don't care. I went through a phase of telling myself that, too. Thought it would make it easier to deal. But nah.
Tizius pauses for another mug slurp, and you think she might be enjoying the opportunity to monologue a little bit. Daria huffs.
The only thing that helps, and I'm not even sure that helps is the right word for it, is finding something to work on in your own little corner. To try and make it shit a little less... But there's nothing I can do in my corner. It's pointless to pretend otherwise. And that goes for everyone. Like, this whole system is designed to help Highbloods stamp out dissent in every corner. One troll can't do anything against something like that.
Tizius's eyebrow twitches as she stares at Daria, clearly peeved at being interrupted. Uh-oh. This could be going better.
Well, no shit. What do you take me for? I'm not saying that all it takes is standing up and fighting for what's right or something stupid like that. That's obviously a surefire way to get culled. Well, then what are you saying? How can you even know How can you even know what whatever piddly little action you're taking will change anything? I can't tell you the future, dumbass. No one can give you a guarantee that any kind of action taken will be ultimately effective. You have to decide for yourself that it's worth it to try anyway. Why would you think it's worth it when everything around us confirms that nothing will ever change? I can't believe you're calling me a dumbass when that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Tizzy's looked like she's about ready to throw the contents of her mug in Daria's face. Knowing trolls, she'd probably follow up with the mug itself. This is not the conversation you'd hope for at all. Step in before things can get any more heated. You tell Tizius that you're sorry that you didn't flag her down just so that her ideas could get shit on. And that okay, whatever. You turn to Daria, who is staring at both of you with a defiant look on her face and a stubborn set to her jaw. This kid, she's just so dead set on rebelling against anyone who tries to tell her anything with even the faintest whiff of authority. You really thought that maybe all that attitude could be channeled into something productive that would also help her feel better and possibly even give her a sense of purpose. Not mad, disappointed.
Miss Parr, you dad. Ugh. Don't give me that look. Okay, I was just stating my opinion. But I guess I could have been less of a bone bulge about it.
Pleasantly surprised that Daria, more or less, apologized. Tizius looks mollified, too.
This shit just makes me so angry. Angry and sad and helpless. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself when I really have to think about it. Bingo, unfortunately. I feel the same way. I don't think there's any getting around the helplessness. But what I was trying to say is that working on something that might help fix things someday makes that feeling a little less powerful. So what you're saying is it's just about making yourself feel better? Well, when you put it like that, it sounds bad. I believe I'm working on things that might affect change someday, even if I'm not around to see it. But also, yeah. Most of the time, it helps me sleep at night, too.
You can tell Daria's a bit disappointed by this. She doesn't trust that political rebellion can go hand in hand with making the rebels feel good about themselves. You point out that whether or not Tizius feels good about her work doesn't make the work itself any less effective.
Oh, fuck. Did the thing.
There you go.
Yeah, in the end, the universe doesn't care about how I feel. I'm just one troll trying to do the right thing. Or at least, the okay thing. For its own sake, if it might ultimately be futile. What the fuck else are we gonna do on this bitch of an Alternia? You got me there. I'm bored all the time. There really isn't anything cool to do down in the caverns. I guess during downtime in my training, I could, I don't know, help you out maybe? Ah, wait, fuck. Not that I have anything to offer other than the book hive and the jade cloisters. Access to that might actually really help with my research. Might really help with my research, actually. Give me your number and we can talk.
Is it just your imagination, or does Tizius look a smidgen less tired? Bags under her eyes less baggy, and her back a little straighter. And you think the corners of Daria's lips might be very slightly quirked up. Daria turns her possibly a smile from Tizius to you.
This is cool, I guess. Or at least, not so bad. But I don't know if it counts as something cool. So I guess we could keep hanging out until more shit happens?
You know Daria well enough by now to recognize this for the ringing endorsement that it is. You're about to happily agree when Tizius pipes up.
I'm just heading home from studying, but I'm not tired yet. If you wanted a third wheel to drag along? Good ending. A loyal allegiance has begun.
Yeah. That they will never follow up on in this game, and Act 2 ignores it.
Completely ignores it. They're Moirils, and they
It's a
forgot
different
about
timeline.
them.
It's a different timeline,
It's a different
I guess.
timeline, yeah.
This route was one of the ones that's long enough to actually like establish some level of characterization and like development. Like it's kind of like a baseline of like if it's too short, you just can't talk about the character very much. Like Vicari's route.
Yeah. Like, this route is, like, one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it
it's
is top
definitely
fucking tier. And that's because they, like, put a lot in it.
yeah. The weaknesses here are mostly like just little inconsistencies that are just like the writing team didn't get a chance to like talk this out and figure out like what's the word for it in movies, continuity checking.
Yeah.
The weird reminder that Fozer exists.
But this was only one route after Fozer was introduced.
Then why bring him up again?
I don't know.
Fozer is also there.
Who could forget Dear Rat Boy?
Exactly. Everyone's favorite character. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like this was one of the routes that was like showed the potential of what the game could accomplish.
But it was
and,
volume 17. It was the second
Yeah,
to
exactly.
last route.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no way to follow up on it. Like it does. It's nice that Tizius's route is like basically continued up on, but like
I mean, Tizius is
I
one of
don't
the
know.
few characters that comes back enough times to follow up her ideologies.
yeah,
But
she's
she
what
comes
in like
back in
4 different
this one,
routes.
she comes back in Torona's briefly, and then
Mhm.
she's also in Nike's, where you get to see the
Right.
Celsius interaction, which fucking peak of the series.
Oh yeah.
The good shit.
Like it's you know, this is a good route, but like the level of not even the level of quality, but like the level of how it's presented isn't consistent. Like the lengths are inconsistent, the tone is inconsistent. There's not a lot of like it's not decisions about like, okay, you know, this is going to be our standard of like what we're trying to do. It's just like, hey, write this and you go for it. And some of them come out really well, and some of them are Vicari's route.
The worst one.
It's just it's nothing. It's he likes planes. He jumps off a cliff.
That's it.
That was 10 minutes of your life. Like such a short
Remember
route.
Tavros?
Remember Tavros? Well, this one speaks like Jake English.
He's back in Pog form.
We fused Tavros and Jake, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
A combination that sounds great. Oh my god. Yeah, like that. This is definitely one of the ones that has like has more substance to it. Also, the bad ending, the long bad ending, is actually like substantial and like sort of like contrasts the like. There's actual theming, like the bad ending contrasts the good ending in like a meaningful way, and like it shows the descending into hopelessness versus finding hope, which is like good message, especially when you're talking about like
I can't think about the bad ending without remembering how a certain few people were convinced that the color of the fire meant that Jiraiya was a secret limeblood.
Oh, right.
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
forgot
Christ, I
about
forgot
that
about
theory.
that.
People were
And also
so
that, like-
convinced one of the Friend Sim cast was a secret limeblood.
There was that
Look,
fucking
they're not- they-
thing in that Chahoot said at the beginning that was like, I wonder if you're hiding something in those pretty little veins.
Oh yeah, that's.
I
like,
think that
okay.
also sparked that.
The thing is, there was never anything done with the concept of the line bloods. Like, nothing in canon or post canon give us anything of substance. So like, it's complete speculation. Also, they really needed custom assets for the food court, and also like the food court in flames would have been a nice like.
I mean, they have
version
that
of it.
flame overlay, which like that saves time and all that, but they really,
Does.
really, really could have used that food court image. I forgot
Oh,
that
yeah.
I made it up. I forgot that the way I see the food court isn't in there.
Right, and like it's the description is pretty good. Like you could get a very vivid picture in your mind, but like it'd be cool to also see it on the screen. There's
That's one nice
relatively
thing about Friend Sim 2 is we have a lot of backgrounds.
we have a lot of backgrounds, and we do more with like custom assets where it's like, okay, we're gonna have this scene, and like we're gonna actually have like the scene show up. Like there's backgrounds that don't show up a whole lot, but like it's for a scene where it kind of needs it. And
Yeah. Imagine if
It
the
is what it is.
redacted didn't have a fucking place.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of different cases where that's like
I have
important.
no idea which redacted you're referring to.
It's in my route.
Yeah. Technically,
I
that
see.
background has been released publicly, but no one knows the
True.
context to it. So
No one knows the name I've given it.
I know it's good. Yeah, like or there's like Volume 3 has a lot of this kind of like custom assets for certain parts of it. Volume 10 does, Volume 9 does, like all the routes do. Because, you know, it gives it some variety and
Yeah, and some real
why the fuck
life
not?
to it.
Yeah,
And the fact that
exactly.
we have, I mean, I really think they should not have had the theme song playing underneath that mall
Yeah,
scene.
that was
Like, it
somebody
is
was
somber,
talking.
it's sad, it's scary.
don't-
You shouldn't have the do 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 do
Right.
do.
Like can't remember who was writing about it. I think it might have been Robin posted about it once. Was talking about like putting more effort into developing like music and sound assets where you have like more than one music track because like it's the tonally doesn't always work. And then the other thing is like even have a couple different variants or just like I was saying before to just cut the sound and do like ambient background noise.
Like, they did start doing that with Pester Quest. Like, remember in
Sort of,
Carcat's
yeah.
route, like when you
Yeah,
get
that's
you don't
true.
still have the fucking crustacean remix when you're in
With the
the
drone
scary
shit.
box thing hiding under the
Yeah,
blanket. Like, you hear
like
the
they did-
drone sound.
Right, they did start to do that, but still like could have definitely done more with it. And then you got routes like Kanaya's route where it's just Darling Kanaya all the way through.
I mean,
Which
Kanai's
is a
route
very
wasn't
nice
very
song.
long. Or
Kanai's
very
route wasn't very long.
substantive.
Wait, there was a
Or-
Kanaya route? I only played Vriska Route Part 1.
Yeah,
Also,
the first part
hello,
in the
Marcus
Vriska Route
Aldon. Thank you for
trilogy.
showing up.
It's the prelude to the Vriska route.
No,
my
it's the
God.
first part in the trilogy.
Yeah,
the trilogy.
The Vriskilogy.
No, that's not right. But yeah, like that's it. There's definitely parts of the route that could have used a little more ambience. Like ambient sound effects are not like impossible to find. You can find free ones. You could find free ones a few years ago when these games were being written.
I mean, you don't even need
Imagine
to download
a friend
sound
sim
effect
scored
library.
entirely by Kevin MacLeod.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
The thing is, Amicia's theme sounds like a Kevin MacLeod song.
Oh my God.
Like, there's a reason why I've used it a lot on YouTube videos, because it has that, like, jaunty... Like, it sounds kind of similar to that one YouTube song that's like... do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I was gonna say, I know the one you mean. There's certain royalty-free songs that you just like, everybody uses them.
Yeah, and Amicia's theme sounds just like that one. So
Mhm.
we can't even say it was a friend sim that wasn't scored by Kevin MacLeod.
Yeah. Like there are sound libraries, like the BBC library. The BBC library was recently released. I think it might have been available though. And then like
I don't know if it was in 2018, but either way, there are so many free sound effects on YouTube. ytmp3.cc. I get all of my sound effects for like the ones I use in the Coupon Kids videos. Rip those from YouTube. The one I used in the Welcome to Hell podcast. Rip those from YouTube. Also stole some from Jonaya's voice. But like you can get sound effects so easily. You don't have to make them. You don't have to buy them. They're there. They take 3 minutes to download it.
We did. So like freesound.org is one I use a lot, which has a lot of Creative Commons and like public domain sounds that people upload, and like some of them are horrible quality, but a lot are decent. And like when we were doing the Pester Quest dub, we added sound effects and we did a mix of like shit that I had in my various sound libraries and like, you know, me doing Foley work. So, you know, I would just like, oh, you need a keyboard clicking noise? Okay, I got a mechanical keyboard and a microphone. Like, it doesn't have to be this big, you know, super high production thing. it just needs to be good enough that it fits the tone and quality level of the game, and like it adds so much depth to it. Like there's one scene in one of the routes in Friend Sim 2 where like it cuts the music out because like a thing is about to happen, and I decided to just add like this like wind sound over the top of it, and it makes it feel a lot more like immersive. It's not a big thing to do. I just played a wind sound that I got. I think it's a BBC Library sound, but like wind sounds are not hard to find. So, is what it is.
Yeah, I understand that Friendsome was made on a very low budget, very quickly as a way to fund Act 2. I know it was just a quick cash grab. But they ended up creating these characters that have so much potential that they deserve more than they got.
Yeah, exactly. And like I mean, the whole thing is like, and we've had this conversation a million times, is that these are very like sandboxy characters where you get like get a very general sense of like what their deal is, and then like you have all this potential you can build off of, and like I like to see that realized. Like, the game we're making is a follow-up to this game, so like we are starting with the assumption that these things happened, although we have some cases where we have like a little bit of leeway to interpret things in a certain way.
Like Redacted's Redacted.
Exactly. Well, it's like, yeah, it's something that you're making a decision as a writer about, like, okay, how important is this specific detail to retain versus like redoing it to create a more compelling narrative. Sometimes the answer to that is it's not worth keeping, but it's a decision to make individually. Also, we know from this that Miss Parr went to high school and studied Spanish.
Yeah. Runaway Cobra says, low budget but amazing game. If you want a low budget but amazing game that's coming out next spring, keep your eyes open for Friend Sim 2, please. Yeah. It's going to be everything you've ever wanted these characters to get.
Ironically, our budget is probably higher.
Is it?
Probably not higher, but like probably comparable.
Yeah. Look, we've got some money, but none of us are printer heirs.
Right. And also like we're not paying like pro rates for everything because it's not commercial, but
we're not paying pro rates, but we are paying for about 40 characters to be fully voiced at $50
that
a
is
pop.
true.
Some more.
But it's gonna be, I think it'll be worth it. It's gonna be I think it will be a satisfying conclusion to the narrative arc started by this game and continued to some extent by Pester Quest. The idea is to actually like close the loop and make it feel like you got an actual ending to this whole narrative.
Marcus Aladon says, I honestly can't think of Theseus just in terms of her short Friends Sim appearance. The fan stuff is integral, and yeah, it is. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, fuck. How many of people's headcanons for Theseus come from my videos?
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, again, I've told this story before. I'll tell it again for people in the audience. But like, when I came into the fandom, I thought Darius Punk Band was canon for like a long time. Then it was like, no, it's not. It should be, but it wasn't.
It wasn't, but yeah. Imagine if it was, though. Like,
it would be cool.
There have sometimes been vocal songs in Homestuck properties, but like they're so rare. Like, vocal songs are not something that those composers really write. So like,
exactly.
Imagine if they had tried to make Darius Punk Band.
Yeah. Excuse me. Unlike the other thing was like things like the Chixie rap, where I listened to your Chixie rap before I played the route, and like I knew the rap wasn't in the fucking route, but I thought the music at least changed.
You like that? I wrote it. You hit that, I own it. Coming in hot to steal my spot, just grab me, bulge, and deep throat it.
It's good. It's really good, and it like I don't know. There's a lot of decisions that I get the game was being made in a very tight time limit, which limits your ability to um, make things more detailed. Also, how many routes are there? 38?
36.
38, 36. 36 routes is a lot of routes. Like to do individual ones rather than like bundling the characters together. And I understand why they did that.
Like that's why we have 14 routes.
Right. We're bundling characters because like that way you get characters to interact with each other that are all like relevant to each other. Because that is a way to have characters that actually have something to say other than just talking at the player.
Also, it's so much more fun to just have them interact and have them branch into other, because like I mean we start with a bundle of characters and then that bundle branches into some other bundles of characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're all connected in some way or another.
Yeah. And like at the end of this route where Tizius and Daria are talking to each other and you actually get like an exchange of dialogue rather than just like Miss Bar talking to the character, which is, I mean, it's effectively the narrator talking to the character, which is like, sure, but also like, it'd be nice to have more than just that. Fortunately, we're not bound to any specific interpretation of things. Like we've chosen to go from what is established in Friendsim and PesterQuest, but like, we aren't under any kind of mandate to like preserve anything specific.
Yeah. And like each of the routes is written by people who have very strong headcanons about those characters.
Yeah.
No one is given a route of a character that they don't already think a lot about.
Basically. That's like that is one thing that can be a problem when you have a lot of these characters and you're like having to focus on them individually, as you end up with someone that's just like, I don't care about this person, but I'm being paid to write them.
We didn't shove Vicare on anyone.
No, Vicare
doesn't have his
different.
Route.
Vicare is different. Yeah. Well, we'll not spoil that one too much, but let's say
Vicare is not permitted, friends.
I'm sure he has friends, but
Are you really sure?
Shut the fuck up. Vicare is being handled a little differently. We'll say that much.
But like, imagine if we had done our game in the same way that Friendsim did theirs. Like, I mean, I don't know how they doled out the routes, but like, someone gets a job and it's like, okay, you're free, you can write this character. I mean, we didn't
believe. Yeah.
I mean, I know with PesterQuest they got like preferential things, but with Friendsim no one knew anything about these characters.
Exactly. I think the way it's generally decided is you have a bundle of like straws, and whoever draws the short one writes Vicare. I think that's usually how it happens.
Poor Magdalena forced to write Vicare.
Like it's not offensive. It's just a route where nothing much happens. Like it's short.
Yeah.
He jumps off a cliff.
Case in point, Zebra. Honestly, the Zebra route, while incredibly painful to play, like that one doesn't seem like it's written by someone who doesn't want to be writing now.
Yeah, like it's at
just
least
like,
has.
How can I make the grossest man possible? And I mean, they succeeded. They made the grossest man possible.
Very bad. Yeah, like that's the challenge of like certain characters. Like you're writing a character who's not a good person. Like that doesn't mean that the route is bad. It just means that the character is horrid. And like Zebra is horrid, but that doesn't mean he has like no potential to be used as a character in the story. Like I think that he can say
writing
some
horrible
stuff.
characters is actually a lot of fun. Prime example, my Mindfang route for Distant Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and like
a horrible character, you can get a lot of depth out of. A character that's planes.
That's all he's got.
And like the thing is, a lot of the Friendsim characters, they were like very flat, based off their troll call cards.
Right.
So, like,
'Cause you-
whoever, the person who wrote Daria could have been like, okay, this is a punk girl. We're just going to take her to a punk concert and she's going to be disaffected the whole time. But they gave her a lot of depth.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know. They're again, you're somewhat limited in terms of like when you're dealing with a shorter route, you can't establish characterization as much because like unless you're assuming it already, like you don't have the time to do it. One of the advantages to coming in and writing a sequel is we have some characterization established. Now we're changing some of it because some of the characterization is like non-existent or
We're making it better.
well, and we also have the advantage of we're putting in a time skip, so like it makes sense that things have changed pretty substantially for almost everybody, and like that's good. That allows us to do things with the sequel that like just following up immediately after would be difficult. You get a lot of interesting dynamics from that. Having now seen a bunch of the ideas start to gel together.
Marcus Haldon says, I was pretty excited by Vicari's Troll Call card, and TBH, I feel like a lot less was done with him than could have been. You know what? Yeah, his Troll Call card did basically just say planes, but they could have taken a guy who likes planes and expanded it to say a guy who, you know, is interested in mechanics but isn't allowed to explore mechanics because bronze bloods are only meant to be military fodder kind of thing. Or maybe he wants to explore the planet Uncharted, but like really gone, like instead of it just being like, oh, flight doesn't exist on Alternia, only space travel does, and this is my main qualm. Like, they could have gone deeper into societal stuff with that route, but they just didn't. It was surface level, and then there were some bones.
Yep, exactly. And like again, it's just a lack of
his character, much like Vicari himself, falls off a cliff.
Oh my god. Yes. And like you could do some things with like a character that doesn't have much characterization. Like we've taken a couple characters that were pretty flat in canon, including Vicari, and done, I think, interesting things with them. And we've taken a couple characters in very different directions. Which is, I think is going to be interesting. I think people will hopefully like.
Yeah, I feel like Arrow would be able to speak on that a lot.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, you'd have to say redacted every 5 seconds,
in a very
but
non-specific way.
I was wondering what I could even say.
I mean, basically nothing specific, but yeah, you've done a lot of like changes, both aesthetically and also like in terms of how the characters are presented within the world. That I think is going to be.
It's been a while since you've seen them, They've had
exactly.
You're writing some of the most forgettable characters in a very unforgettable way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like 4.5 years is a decent amount of time, especially considering we're dealing with characters that are on the cusp of ascension and now have gone past ascension. Whatever that implies. Yeah.
Yeah, you have the harder job. I'm writing characters that are well loved.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
I mean, I personally think it's easier to basically just, oh hey, here, make some OCs, and you could pass them off as characters people recognize.
I mean, I'm doing some OCs too.
Yeah, that's
redacted.
Yeah, there's characters that like. I don't know. I think in some ways writing the like beloved characters is difficult because you're gonna have people that aren't happy with how you characterize them.
Oh, I'm hoping I don't get too much of that.
I don't think you will, given what I've seen, but like I just think in general, that's a thing that people can be like particular about, or where you're writing characters that are like contentious and you want to portray them in in a way that makes sense. Like Anna, you and I are going to have to deal with that later this year. But,
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we'll get to it.
But you know I can write a contentious character.
I
I
do
do not forgive the characters for their sins.
Yeah.
Mindfang
part of why I
still
wanted
has
you-
slaves.
Yeah, exactly. Like the woobifying the character is not isn't usually the answer. Because like
I don't know,
know.
guys. This looks like the face of someone who has done absolutely nothing wrong.
Shut the fuck up.
Amalia did nothing wrong.
Oh god.
All she did was sail
was
the open seas.
I'm continually impressed at how you took one of the most horrible people in all of Homestuck and made like this very compelling narrative around her, like both the Mindfang route and also Time's Apprentice. Where it's like that is something that takes some doing, and that like combination of like this is really good but also makes me feel a deep sense of revulsion is it's like good horror writing. It requires a certain touch that is I think admirable.
The secret, I sang as Vriska for like 5 years. I absorbed enough of the circuit while also still maintaining my own humanity.
Oh, that's my secret. I'm always Vriska.
That's my secret. I'm always Vriska.
You stare too hard into the Vrisk, and sometimes the Vrisk will stare back.
I mean, I'm writing all of Scratch for Friends
They
Sim
who
2,
write
so...
Vriska must take care that they do not become Vriska themselves.
Oh, there are definitely people in this fandom that should have heeded that warning.
I mean,
Yeah, like Vriska.
like Vriska. Oh, don't you know, Vriska discovered Catholicism recently. We did a bit at the. I don't know if either of you has listened to the podcast for the rewrite, but we did a bit at the beginning where like I just did Vriska and like they asked a bunch of ridiculous questions, and we apparently went with Vriska as converted to Catholicism for some reason. I think JoJo just like led with that. It's like, all right.
Vriska has become. Didn't that used to be a running joke that Spider-Man
It was.
Catholic?
There was like a Vriska knows the Lord. It was like a meme.
Yeah, there used to be a Vriska's Catholic meme that went around.
Yeah,
and I guess JoJo's bringing it
I
back.
mean, I know people were talking about it with Urania because she has the sunless necklace.
All right.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a lot. There's always going to be stuff that you're writing to or around when it comes to any character, like people's expectations, the fact that the character doesn't have much in the way of characterization, the fact that the characterization is, bland or boring, the fact that it's contentious. Then like trying to write a character that's effective. Like I've been writing a bunch of Doc Scratch lately, and like writing Scratch in a way that feels like it hits the right spot of being like extremely unsettling, but also like a character that presents himself as being polite and reasonable. Is kind of a, you don't want to go too far into like evil bastard on the surface, because that kind of ruins the gag.
Yeah.
Daily
As opposed
reminder,
to-
do not become Vriska. Thank
Yeah,
you,
as opposed to another villainous character I've been writing who is the like complete opposite, where
Oh,
he's
yes.
just completely over into the terrifying side of things.
Redacted is going to scare the shit out of everyone.
Not interested in presenting himself as reasonable. But yeah, well, I think overall the writing staff is very trustworthy to handle what they've been given.
I mean, the thing about Scratch is that he's a devil figure, and the devil figure doesn't work if he drives you away from accepting the bargains.
Exactly. That's the thing. There's a certain like
he has to appear reasonable.
Right. There's a give and take to the character that I think is really interesting to look at. As opposed to some other characters that are less like that. But
Writing
Frisk-
reprehensible characters is lots of fun.
It is. It's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge to undertake. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to say that if you write a reprehensible character, that means you're also horrible. Also, if you voice a reprehensible character, that means you're horrible. That's how that works. I am assured.
If you exist, you are horrible.
Yes. Aren't we all in the end?
God. One day,
Only
this
by
kind
accepting
of...
Frisk Guide to your heart will you be fair.
Yeah. That's how that
I'm
works.
very glad you're hyped to have these redactions revealed. Keep your eyes peeled on the FriendSim 2 Twitter.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled on me because I may slip up and accidentally spoil something one day.
Oh my God, Uber accidentally dropped a little bit of information on their stream yesterday that wasn't necessarily supposed to be public, but it wasn't a huge deal. So.
Wait, what did they? Which thing?
They dropped one of the VA's names. Actually.
Oh right. Shit, right. I hope no one will have paid attention.
Not that that's a completely like secret because
It's not
been
surprising.
off.
It's not a secret that's gonna shock people based off of.
It's fucking cool though.
It is fucking cool though.
Yeah, no.
And keep your eyes peeled for Winter Sock-On.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
I
that
think we
is
need
going.
a better name for that.
Well,
One
it's
of
the
my
Winter
songs
Showcase.
is gonna be featured if you like my
Yeah.
music.
The Sock-On Winter Showcase, which is going to include a gameplay trailer for FriendSim 2. That is going to be happening in early December. The date will be revealed probably next Friday. But yeah, keep an eye on that. The at SAHCON is the Sock-On Twitter. At FriendSim2 is the FriendSim2 Twitter. It's very easy to remember.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for coming to watch us. Well, at first we were playing games, but then games got all fucky. So thank you for
Yeah.
showing up to watch us talk about how some of the FriendSim routes could have been better.
Yeah.
Because
We don't dislike FriendSim.
I
We're
mean,
making a
fuck,
fucking
this
sequel
is
to
like
it.
my favorite fucking route.
Yeah. It's really good. I love
But
Darius
it still
Rowdy. One of
has
the
it
best.
still has its flaws. It still has things it could have done better, and we're stepping up to that challenge.
Yeah.
What's Winter Sock-On? Sock on these nuts.
Sock on these
So-
chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yeah, the I was about to answer that like sincerely, but then I saw you wrote it in the meme way, so we're good. Oh yes, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, we're basically doing the Friday Expo that Stuck at Home Con did for the Friday before Stuck at Home Con this year, except we're just doing that as a secondary project showcase because people really liked it, and we figured a year is a long time to wait for new project trailers and stuff. So we were going to do something a little different this time.
And at that point, it'll be not close to our planned release date, but close enough that like you can
Pretty
get
fucking
hyped.
close.
You can get
Within
hyped.
Within 4 months. Within 4 months of the release. And we have something planned for that too, which we will reveal later. But we have a
Yes.
plan in place, which is going to be exciting. I have a couple of things planned actually, which
The
One of which
official
will be
release
revealed.
will be streamed on this channel.
yes, that is correct. We also have a little bit of a reveal for when the trailer drops that I won't spoil at this time.
We do.
I'll tell you two when we get off the air. Anna probably knows what I'm talking about already, but I'm being
think
super
so.
vague on purpose. So
Yeah, redacted. But
exactly, you get it.
But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for dealing with our technical difficulties, and thank you for dealing with me flipping between two very similar voices that I insisted on voicing both of. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you all so much